S03A54 clearly is what I'm about to say in my awesome intro. Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you here. We have had some very interesting building adventures over the last few sessions, and we're all very excited to see what happens next. But before we get to what happens next, we need to do last time. A very detailed and engrossing and engaging and exciting recap of the last session from Jeremy.
Malik gave a speech, and it was a good one, and we were all excited about it. We rallied behind her ideas of a plan, and I will tell you that it was a good plan. We actually were very excited about it, except that it went to hell. The whole idea, we were going to dress the king up. We filled a body with poison that was the fake king. We even got the king's actual crown and robes, dressed it up in that. We were going to lure the dragon into the castle. It was going to eat it, and then we're going to fight it from there. Well, we couldn't lure it. We tried. Yaru used a whistle, and we tried calling it other ways. And so Zanner came up with a brilliant idea of going and scaring it towards him. So everyone couldn't talk him out of it, or tried as much as we could. Zanner got up, went up to Shale, transformed into a dragon himself, fired at it, missed violently, and then got pummeled. Zanner thought he could fly away fast enough, did not. Put in the fact that Shale was as big as it was and just destroyed him. Like literally, first turn he was out. Then Shale went on, hearing the Horn of Bali, which been something we used the first time, I think, and started getting into the fight a little bit. It was not much of a fight. It was very much a whole bunch of ants attacking a cat. It was just devastating until the cat got bored and Shale decided to leave. Then Yaru stepped up and with a couple of insults and conversations in the start, actually convinced Shale to side with the defenders in a battle against Char Ice. So Shale set the terms and set the deadline and gave us 2 days before the battle gets taken. So that's what we signed up for. We are now just on the heels of fighting Shale, have 2 days to recover, and then we're taking the battle to Char Ice, whether we like it or not. That's where we left off. Everyone actually survived. So we're going to keep going with who we still have. And from there, let this adventure begin.
Chunks of stone fall from the Castle of the Storm. Sections of the interior of the castle are still ablaze. Smoke billows from the windows, and our heroes step out of the destruction. The battle with the red dragon Shale is over.
By the arms of the Stonefather, what happened? Did we win? I saw fire and stone from asunder, and then the dragon flew off.
It was Yaru who did it.
Yaru slew the dragon?
The panther-like monk, Master Yaru, steps through the air and down onto the ground with ease. The power of the wind leaves him.
Not exactly, Bali. I arranged a deal with the dragon.
A deal? What kind of deal? One where we kill that bastard?
No, Palik. It seems Shale is no friend to our real enemy, Char Ice. So Shale has agreed to join forces with us to take down Char Ice once and for all.
But then we're gonna kill that bastard anyways, right?
Don't be daft, you halfling. The only thing worse than fighting one dragon is then turning around and fighting another.
Shale has agreed to join us, or possibly escort us north to Javane to defeat Char Ice. But the dragon has some stipulations.
What?
Stipulations, Palik. They're a type of rash thing that grows on the feet. Nasty stuff. Never want to catch stipulations.
It means that Shale needs 2 days to prepare. Something about generating a lot of heat. And that in return for aiding us, we are to work with King Phaon to ensure that no one invades Shale's lair to the north for 100 years.
Well, that's an easy agreement. Let's do that. And then we watch the red dragon tear apart the white one while we whop up. Smart, Yaru. Very smart.
Not quite. There is one more thing. Shale has a vow not to attack another dragon. So we will have to take on Char Ice ourselves.
So, we have a dragon who hates us, who's torn apart the city, eaten off the king's arm, has agreed to join us for payment of never being bothered again, and in return cannot do the one thing we need him to do, attack Char Ice?
What the hell's that bastard supposed to use, man? Harsh language?
Sildren the Druid arrives at the battle scene, having been chased by Shale earlier throughout the city.
That dragon can do a lot, believe me. And, did we win?
Mostly.
Sildren looks up and sees Yelena limping out of the damaged castle.
Yelena, are you alright?
Yelena looks at her singed robe and frowns. I think so. I remember blasting the dragon with ice and then just being surrounded in fire. Our plan certainly didn't go as planned. Zanner then arrives and flies towards his friends, landing upon the ground.
What happened? Is everyone okay? Did we win?
Everyone's here, all alive and well, though a bit shaken.
What happened on your end, Zanner? I thought you were gonna bring the dragon to us, and we'd all go to town on it.
Yeah, well, the dragon kind of went to town on me. Like, literally brought down the town on me. I'm sorry I couldn't make it in time. Things just got crazy.
Yelena shakes her head in disappointment.
Hold a moment. Hold a moment. There is still one missing from our ranks. Where is our Yosoki swashbuckler? He is not here.
You're right. Where is Pearcy?
I don't know.
Who saw him last?
Oh, that's me. I saw him on the back of the dragon flying through the sky. I tried to grab him, but I missed. Last I saw, he disappeared far off by a bunch of smashed buildings.
The heroes all turn and look across the city of Mirskan in the direction of the ruined buildings, wondering about the fate of their little friend. Far away, under the rubble of a fallen wall, Pearcy von Skeetenlever coughs and scrambles out from under broken stone bricks. The little Yosoki looks around desperately, pushing aside small rocks and fallen wooden beams. He finds one of his shoes knocked off and quickly puts it on. He even finds his sword he dropped under the rubble and sheathes it to his belt, but continues looking desperately through the rubble until he finally finds what he's looking for. He tosses a dust-covered brick aside, smiles with a big grin, reaches down, and picks up his colorful tricorn hat. He blows the dust off his hat and plops it onto his head. Scrambling down the rubbled building with ease, Pearcy the swashbuckler heads off through the city, not to return to his friends, but the opposite direction, towards Shale the Red Dragon. Back outside the Castle of the Storm, we have the rest of the heroes. Sans is with or without?
Without.
Sans Pearcy. And the castle is slightly on fire. There's a few people watching from their windows at the chaos. You guys are all kind of gathered there. In particular, two young dwarfs led by an older dwarf come up to you, Bolly. And one of them says, well, that was quite a battle, friend.
It certainly was. And where did you come from?
We heard the horn and came.
Bolly gives them a big dwarven hug just down the line, each one just going along. I'm glad you made it and answered the call. You certainly changed the tide of this battle.
I haven't heard anything like that in many years, and to hear it today, I knew what it meant. And so me and my boys came.
Well, the blessings of Bedex on you. I am certainly glad to see you.
I haven't used that rune magic in a long time, so I hope I was helpful.
You certainly will. You drove off a dragon. That's one to take home to the family.
You see that, boys? That's how Dad does it. And the boys all done. Yeah, crossbow is useless, by the way. pointing at one of his sons. This is my son, Dario. This is my other son, Dario.
Dorito?
No.
Why does everyone say that? Duriel? And your name, Duriel?
Be daft.
Dorito the Daft?
I'm Draggart Runeheart.
Well, Runart, yours will be a name that I will remember for some time. Saviors of this fine city, or what's left of it. I'm still amazed you answered the call.
There's just not many of us left here, or even to begin with, but most everyone's left the city, but I have so much work done in the Everman district, I just couldn't leave. I mean, the work. And have this dragon possibly destroy it. I think I remember you, though. You're from Stonefall. You were a priest, right?
I still am a priest.
Oh, that's good. I'm from Stonefall, too. Well, aqueduct worker. Created a lot of it.
And your aqueducts came in handy, I'll tell you that.
Oh, really? That's great news. I hope one day they will be finished and water will run smoothly through the great project of the channel.
Smoothly is, it's a give and take, but I'm glad you could make it. Come, meet my friends. And Polly introduces them around to
All
me.
right. Zanner, Yelena comes up to you.
Uh-huh.
Prepare for another browbeating.
No.
Jesus, you're starting to hide from her.
Never wanted to get married in the first place.
Yelena comes up and says, so Zanner, looks like you're okay.
I'm bruised. I should be very, very dead. I think Sildren came in as a dragon and caught me. I seem to remember there's this vague moment where I was just hurling through the air and didn't die. So I think that's what happened. And I thank you. Yes, I'm still here. So are you.
Yeah, I was badly hurt. Bali, thankfully, got to me and was able to heal me. It was incredible. This dragon just right on us, just blasting away. But I couldn't help notice you didn't bring the dragon.
I sure tried. I woke it up and I started flying out and it caught me in the air. That thing can fly very, very fast. It dropped me straight to the ground and it knocked me out. Like I said, I got thrown and that's the last thing I remember.
And you said something about you couldn't get a hold of Pearcy?
When I tried flying back after the dragon was gone and I was revived, I was transformed into a dragon again, and he was riding on the back of Shale. So as I was flying in, Shale was flying the other way, and I noticed Pearcy was on top of him, so I tried to catch him, and I couldn't. He's very small.
Well, maybe we wouldn't have been so hurt, or maybe even could have defeated Shale if you had actually been here.
Yes, I agree with that. That would have been great.
Yeah. Just interesting that I just mentioned to you some concerns I have, and you said you were going to bring the dragon, and then you're gone the whole fight.
I don't know what I did to upset you, Yelena. I got beat by the dragon before all of you did. I intended to bring it here, and it did get here. I just wasn't in front of it. It's a dragon.
And you dodged and ducked the dragon when the king asked, and somehow you weren't involved in the fight when we needed you.
I'm trying to understand what your point is.
Yelena, do not blame Zanner. It is not his fault. It is not any of our faults. We cannot blame anyone here.
It's not about blaming. It's about you doing what you did, heroically. Everyone pulling in heroically. And yet it seems like every time I ask anything of you, or anyone really asks anything of you, Zanner, we hear excuses of why things don't happen. That's all I've heard since you've landed here. One thing after the other. I just don't get it. You're not the sorcerer you made yourself out to be.
That's not fair. What you're saying is not fair to Zanner. Zanner's done great things. Great things. And your lack of respect towards him is disheartening.
I've seen him do great things, but when the chips are down, he doesn't come through. I was there when he lied to the king and then fumbled and said to the guard we weren't going to go there. I was there when he tried to paint the picture of why we didn't follow through with the king's orders to the rest of you and kind of dodged that. And now I'm here where he's not in the fight, where we should have all been together. And instead there were 4 of us, 5 of us struggling to take down this dragon. And again, Zanner didn't come through, wasn't there to bring the dragon through as he said, and again wasn't here through the entire fight.
And Yelena, while you do make good points, and Zanner does do his best work when he's being genuine, honest, should take that point from you. In this battle, Zanner bravely took to lure Shale back to us. That being willing to do that, taking on that responsibility is brave and was his role. And did it work out? Have each of us failed in some way? Each other? At some point in battle? We all have. It happened. We are together and we work together. We continue to work towards saving what we can of Varent. But Zanner is extremely brave. He has been saved each of us. I can give you multiple times where he saved me by himself. And again, Zanner has, when he has not been truthful, not been true to himself. And you've done well to point that out. Take caution when his bravery. It is not.
It is from my side. I don't think it's a matter of failing in battle. I think it's a matter of failing in character. And I have lived in the harsh cold up north where you have to rely on people. And maybe I just have a higher standard than Zanner does, or perhaps some people here. I respect you, Sildren. I know you know your magic well. I am very much interested in learning all that I can from you. I think I've learned all that I can from you, Zanner.
That is where you are mistaken, Helena. You are young, and you have much to learn, as is Zanner. He was never meant to be singularly your teacher, just as you are never meant to be a student for the rest of your life. You say what I did was heroic, but it was simply what I thought was the right decision to make. It may in the end be the wrong decision, and you may scorn me for it later. Do not be so quick to judge those who act in what they seem is right.
I don't know of any other way to judge someone.
Then do not judge at all.
When our lives are on the line, I think it's just... I heard down in the storeroom before the battle the name Defenders of Navarre and Defenders of Varenne. And I heard that you, Zanner, came up with that name. I just hope one day you can earn that name, because I don't see it.
You need to watch yourself. He's earned that name
Or what?
dozens of times.
I can speak my mind.
Not with disrespect. I'm not going to stand for it if you're going to be disrespectful to anyone in this group. Especially Zanner, who has taught you a lot, and you say you can't learn from him anymore? I think maybe you can. Maybe it's not magic that you need to learn from him, but you can learn respect. You can learn some manners. Because right now, you're acting your age.
I think you're blinded by your friendship with him. I think I'll say it, I think he's a coward, and I can prove it right now. He hasn't said a single thing. All of you have to be here and defend him through all this. He just stands there.
That's your proof that he's a coward? He went single-handedly towards that dragon, and maybe it definitely didn't work out how we wanted it to or how it was planned.
And
but
right after the battle was over, he just suddenly shows up. Right after being scared to go to the dragon to begin with.
we have no idea what happened to him
Mm-hmm.
after he lured the dragon out of his lair. We have no idea. He knows it, and Sildren knows it. We couldn't see what happened. You didn't step up to go lure the dragon away?
I stepped up and fought off that dragon with powerful magic, and I took the brunt of the fire.
You also failed to listen to reason when I asked you to hide. And you failed to listen to reason now. We have something more important to do than this, Shelina. I would ask you come with me as we go speak to the king. Bleak, maybe you and the others can go search for Pearcy. Seems we are getting nowhere with this for now.
Fine. And she goes with you.
Yeah, Yara will proceed to the king's chambers to find the envoy.
All right.
And that was Yelena.
Not a week.
Thanks, you guys. I don't
Shut
know
up! Shut up! Shut up! Not off the hook, boy!
All right. Let's go to the other side of town where Pearcy von Skeetenlever
Oh, it's hot in
is in a much more calm situation of approaching a dragon.
Oh,
Yes.
The easy fight goes to Pearcy.
Pearcy, you are walking through the city. You have made your way towards the religious district with small little temples, and then there's a plaza with a bunch of tiles. You've seen it crowded many, many times. There is not a single soul in sight. A bunch of the tiles have been just blasted over, and some of them shine like glass. There is the beautiful church of Solene that has taken some heavy damage on the top structure. There's cracks, there's debris, there's lava and fire and stuff around the bottom where the dragon has vomited up stuff. And you saw Shale land and disappear into the top of the church. You guess you're the only one within a half mile of this entire place where normally there'd be 1,000 people or so.
You very went. That is where I must go. And he continues to make his way towards the Church of Solene.
All right.
To have a meeting with.
You get closer and closer, crossing this no man's land of pure, no cover plaza. You make your way towards the church. As you get very close, it is quite uncomfortably hot. Make a fortitude saving throw of 31.
31.
All right. You wipe your forehead.
Or sorry, 41.
41. And you feel quite comfortable. And you make your way to the church and through the doors, the big double doors. One's been cracked open and off kilter, and you make your way in. You see inside is a foyer and then a main praying area with a bunch of pews and a statue of the goddess Solene. There's been some structural damage from above that has fallen and cracked off one of her arms. And you start making your way upstairs. You go past a dead priest who is in the corner, who's been dead for several days, and make your way up to the top floor where I guess Pearcy wouldn't know that this is the former room of the high priest and priestess, but that is no longer the case. This is the top floor, and it's now been smashed open, and it is several different rooms that have just been crunched down into rubble, where lies Shale the dragon. Now, this is not a hobbity experience of you invisibly coming up. As you come up the stairs, there's just this dragon staring right at you. It is crazy hot. I'm going to need you to make 2 different rolls, please. Let's do another Fortitude 31.
32.
Okay, you're
This
good.
is where the narrator comes in and reminds Pearcy that you are at roughly half your life.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay, just
Little did he
Now you
know.
tell him.
just saying.
Stupefied 2 and 120 hit points.
That's the way to do it.
moment there.
That's how you solo a dragon. That's an achievement. Stupefy. Definitely. Make a 33 willpower save versus the frightful presence of the dragon. Willpower.
Little pee drizzles down your leg.
Not a 33.
Fair.
Is it less than 20?
No.
Okay, so that's a failure.
Fail.
All
Not
right.
a critical fail.
You are frightened 2 for the foreseeable moment.
Okay.
Stacks of stupefied,
Yes.
probably.
All right, the dragon says nothing, is staring at you. You think you might have 6 seconds to do something.
Chael, I heard of what you said with Yaru back there, and I heard the deal that you made with us. But I'm here now to tell you, although I'm a defender of Navarre, and
Shale breathes a huge blast of searing flame down into your stairwell you're standing out of. Make a reflex save. 40.
We don't want to pull.
got me 0 point at 2. Yeah, that's a 40.
46.
Cool.
Do you have any other bonuses, or is you're taking half fire damage for the reflex save?
Reflex is an automatic.
It's critical?
critical.
Okay. You duck behind some paper-thin statue. All the flames go by, and you step out, just wiping your forehead again, and continue your speech once more.
As
Should I roll a d4?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Roll a d4
No.
for recharge.
Roll the real d4.
Oh yeah, okay. There
that
we
was
go.
a 3. I would have taken it.
With a 1. Begin.
What is dragging
Says
unity
Shale.
going on over there? No, use this one. It's better. Use that one.
I'm a defender of the realm, but know someday, when this is all over, I'm gonna hunt you down and I'm gonna kill you like you killed my whole family. It's a promise from me, Pearcy von Skeeton Lever.
Did I eat your family?
Don't know if you ate them, but I know they all are dead and many of them missing.
Then they weren't memorable.
So I'm thinking Bard.
Okay.
Hold it.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Pearcy doesn't
Willpower
have much
saving
bon
throw?
mot going on right now.
Right here, the player versus the character.
There's
That's
I'm just waiting for I'm waiting for Pearcy to just say 2 words. After you.
Oh.
We'll need to have Shale say it first.
The memory. My family is not for yours to worry about. They are special to me. And now you are going to be special to me too. I will see you again someday. And Pearcy walks back.
Oh, he's just gonna attack you again. You hear a rumble. There is fire blasted after you. Make a reflex save +3 as you leap away from the fire.
It's Shale, not Shale.
39. You needed a 40. Just almost out of the fire, and with half hit points, you get caught on the last step, trip like a final girl in a horror movie, and you take 66 points of fire damage.
That's half?
That's
that-
normal.
Oh,
You
that's
failed.
normal.
You failed, so you take full damage. 66.
Just be clear, that's 6,
6,
not,
6.
not 6d6 dice.
6 tens and 6 more. Six,
Oh my
six,
God.
6 points of damage. That leaves you with how much?
54
54.
44 by my math. Sorry, son.
at 100.
Oh, you had 110.
110 by my math.
Still alive. That's
You're
what
still
counts.
alive.
Like,
Yep.
I thought you were a barbecue.
You should be.
44.
Okay. You then get up and you leave. You hear some stones crumbling above. You hear some crackle down and fall on the plaza outside, and you are still inside the temple, just inside the doors.
I'm hearing stuff fall outside.
Just debris of rocks and statues that hang off the edge.
Yeah, unless I hear like the swooping sounds of dragon wing, not going to work.
All right. Make an intimidation roll. And for the first time maybe in the campaign, roll low.
9.
Oh.
I was hoping for that.
And you run out of the plaza and your little feet just padding across. Silence. The only sound is your feet as you race across the plaza into the safety of other streets and buildings, and you run off. And several minutes later, you do run into your friends. A couple people went on a search for him, if I remember correctly.
Everybody except for
All right, you guys catch up to Pearcy, who has just a strange, I don't know, panicked yet determined look on his face. I'm not sure how he looks. And you find him.
You're alive!
And he smells of dragon fire.
Of course I'm alive.
what'd you
I'm
go
a
do?
Percy.
Oh, wait, I assumed you were gonna go after the dragon.
He reeks of dragon fire.
He reeks of dragon fire.
Oh yes, I talked to Shale.
You talked?
And you're still alive!
That's the stupefied. I'd warned you about.
That's fine. Chell and I, we had a talk.
What'd you tell him? What'd you say?
Well,
What
he's
happened?
coming. You'll ask him.
It's no big a deal. It's just between an Asoki and a dragon.
Talked with the dragon and it's no big deal.
You could tell us something.
While
Like
they're
just
chatting, Bali is healing.
All right.
Is Yaru's deal with him still
Yeah,
intact?
yeah. Just the details of the deal. Just going over them. It's fine. I'll see him in 2 days. Now, where is Elena and Yaru?
Hopefully, Yelena's over Yaru's knee right now, getting the shit spanked out of her.
What?
She was not very nice to Zanner.
it's a thing.
Oh,
We still have it. I made her really upset or scared. I don't know. She doesn't trust me at all, and she will find anything possible to hold against me.
you know, I've had about 57 nieces and nephews in my day. And it's a thing that happens. They get big for the breeches, and they might talk back a little bit, but a little bit of the stabby, and they fall in line.
Well, I don't think stabby is a good idea. She's really powerful and super necessary.
Is she?
She has a
At
lot
the moment,
of power.
unfortunately.
She built with a fireball that she was unable to kind of control. She was hitting me harder and harder.
Yeah, and that
we-
might be a problem.
We created a sorcerer's shard.
What?
It's a crystal of magic. It's,
I know what it
yeah. We put one
What's
together.
it do?
It's a giant source of magic. It's a huge piece of power.
How much is it worth?
Lots. They're hard to come by, and she's got it right now. I gave it to her in case she needed to defend against the dragon.
What can she do with it?
gay. What?
Look, she has trust issues with me, but I don't have trust issues with her.
You should.
She's really, really powerful. She's very special, and I think we need her in this fight.
I don't know. Her attitude the last few weeks has been not great. I don't see this ending well for one of you.
I hope that's not true, but you're not wrong. There has been an attitude issue that's been going on. I think it might have been something I did. I don't know yet.
Zanner.
You keep. By the way, you sound like every guy. By the way. Every guy.
So,
Also, every father of a teenage
Yeah.
girl,
Yeah.
I'm sure, too.
Just tell me what you want me to say. We are the worst.
put the words in my mouth so they can come back out, please.
God.
Zanner, you need to calm down. It's not your fault. Say it with me. It's not
It's not
my
my
fault.
fault.
It's
It's
not
all my fault.
my
My
fault.
fault.
One more time. It's
It's
not my fault.
Where's Robin Williams when you need him?
He's got to go see about a girl.
I can barely get through that.
Feel better a little bit about that. It's good.
All right, back at the castle, I assume everyone is gathering. The king is still resting, but Lord Iendamore greets you all outside the king's room in the storeroom area. Oh, so how did it fare? I hear no dragon, and everyone seems alive.
Well, we have a lot of news for Phaon. An update of sorts. I took it upon myself to defuse the battle with Shale. And
You talked a dragon down.
quite literally,
Well done, my boy.
it's easier than it would seem as...
Did you get a hero point for that?
I got 2!
Oh!
It's not as difficult as it would seem, Iandamore. Dragons are no foul creatures. They are intelligent beings. Some might say more intelligent than us.
I wouldn't go that far.
I said some might say, not all. But nonetheless,
The dragon is gone. You have won the
he
day.
will be gone.
What? I don't remember an asterisk in your quest.
Small monk print.
He will be gone.
There were terms and conditions in the contract we gave you.
You see the contract you signed. Clearly says 2 days.
I've been trying to reach you about your dragon warrant.
Extended dragon warranty.
Extended dragon warrant.
The plan as it is now is to join forces with Shale and have him gather...
That's what I said.
I cannot wait to see the diplomacy roll you will make for me at the end of the sentence.
He will gather all of his heat in the Temple of Solene now.
What?
In 2 days' time, I, and perhaps some of the others, will go with him to Jarvain.
Did we lose?
Trust
Children's
me,
in the bag.
yeah. A loss would render this city completely undiscoverable.
So,
If you
First
think
it's just burnt to the ground with nobody in it.
if you think the damage is done now, wait until Shay would return.
I'm certainly not questioning your methods, but I do have a question.
About the
I'm
weapon.
sure you do. I'm sure you will.
Now, instead of slaying the dragon that I thought was the plan, you have talked to the dragon and you have agreed to go to a secondary location with the dragon.
Yes. You must understand, Deandamore, this attack was no assorted effort between the dragon kin. This was a response from Shale from Phaon's attacks over the past several weeks and months. Combine that with Char Ice's winter growing colder and colder, he decided to venture south. This city is the most likely place he could go, but he does not wish to stay here.
That's good.
The deal, as he has stated, is that he will go back to his lair above the lake for 100 years. as long as no one interferes with his rest.
So then that leaves me with just one more question. What happens if he betrays you and does not follow through and quite likely eats all of you? Or some of you, or most of you?
If he does not manage to eat all of us, it will be the last meal he ever has.
Fair enough.
But we all know what happens when you betray a dragon. Dragons do not fully comprehend what happens when they betray us.
I was really going to think it makes an ass out of you. That's better.
So then, as temporarily assigned acting king, at least till tomorrow morning, is there anything I can do to help?
Well, we mean to, with this help from Shale, we mean to clear a path to Jarvain, hopefully for the Iveron forces. If you can send messages to the corners, anyone who can help us in this fight must come to our aid. It is going to be up to all of the people of Varen to stop this old queen.
Messengers to tell them what has happened here and to meet where?
I would say
In Jarvain in 2 days?
gather everyone and meet in Vidic. Perhaps the king in the north has some better plans of attack against the Colium.
There are a few wizards left in hiding here in the city. I can get some messages out, but it will take time to assemble people, and it's been hard to get them to respond at all. But perhaps this news, perhaps a word that you defenders are leading this charge might sway them. But still, I mean, just to get from here, from Mirskan to the city of Virik would take many days, let alone from Calavier or...
I understand.
Calavier.
I understand, but we must put haste on this, Yandamore.
Of course.
Time is not our friend. We do not think that Char Ice will be defeated so easily in this next few days, but if we can send a signal to her that Phaon is alive and still after Shale's battle, if he can rise from the ashes after this, that might scare her into staying where she belongs.
Well, I'll have the messages sent out immediately.
Very well.
And well done.
Do I still have to roll up diplomacy?
You've earned it. What do you guys want to do? It's, I don't know, like late afternoon, I guess.
Bali's taking advantage of the distance we've traveled into the town already.
No, you're all back at the storeroom of the Kings,
Oh,
underneath the castle.
Bali ventures back out to try and recover the bottle that was lost.
In the one random building.
All right.
No.
Malik will help him.
Oh, do you have the ability to detect magic?
Oh, God, no.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, I do.
Do you want to help?
I can go help.
Zanner
All
would
right.
help because he was there, but he
It was. I
might not
kind of
remember.
threw it.
Also kind of avoiding Yelena.
Yelena, why don't we
Yeah.
go to the next some quiet time?
Zanner, then, I need you to make a perception roll. You get just one, and we're going to do a 35 or higher.
Ow.
Find
No
a
arcana?
Single bottle amongst
Oh,
the
okay.
rubble. That's a feat.
Actually,
Magic.
yeah, go for it.
Arcana. All right. Still gonna roll it. I'm not gonna take my focus. I have my flat bonds, my assurance for it. Oh, that's a 2. How about I use a hero point
Or a
instead of my
That
assurance?
guy's
It's
not
not
doing you
zero
not favors.
it's
That's why they call
I
it
want
insurance.
just giving you a pause. It's a potion. We can live without it if you want. Hero point's a high price, but it's up to you.
Are we within a certain range of the potion?
Like a mile and a half.
If you can get to me close, I can sniff it out.
That's a 30.
You've been going around for about an hour in different parts, different places, different locations, trying not to stir up any dragons, climbing over rubble in between alleys, finding just a couple people hiding, but no potion of any kind.
That's right. Well, it was worth a look.
Tried.
Found an evil, like, magic Chucky doll and that kind of stuff. But not the potion.
Like I narrowed out all sorts of other magic pieces.
I'll just scrub that off my list then. No more expensive life-saving potion. That's okay. I'm not bitter.
Xander's like throwing away like this lament cube from Hellraiser away, the One Ring. It's not the potion.
It's not the potion. Yeah, thanks for looking for it.
Yeah.
Get you next time.
Having a rough day.
Super helpful. Just being a defender of the Bards. Oh. Good times.
I'm just going to defend this one building right here. That's all.
Gonna defend the bakery. Man, I'm
No one
defender
can
of
take the
to
bakery
man.
from me.
Just eating an eclair, sadly.
All right.
Don't judge me, Eclair.
You can't take the taste away.
What are you guys up to?
Who has hobnob?
We have. There's no one here to hobnob.
Yeah, well, Master Yaru.
Present.
No, there are very few to seek answers from it. But can you out searching potions?
I can hear it through his eyepiece.
I didn't allow that two-way calling. Stop that. Stop that. Peeping Tom.
There is one member of House Bass, Montreux, who I would like to know still exists in the city at all. Change.
And
He is the ultimate.
I know of Zanner's fellow house. Do you know the location? Was vast, or I suppose like
I'm not there. I can't answer any questions.
And we're at bitter 3.
Oh my god.
Oh, true
Uh,
words.
there-
It is House Fast.
Yeah, I know it sounds bad. I'm not. I can't recall the exact.
No matter. Can search for them.
Specifically.
I don't.
If he
I don't
is
assume.
already dead, then
Score is settled. Well, yeah, Yaru. If Yelena's coming with him, she can come, but he's going to go to look for House Bass.
Yelena will. No, she's going to rest after the immolation she suffered. So you're going to be scouring the town, asking about House Vast, in particular the man named Montreux. Do you have the feat that cuts the amount of gathering information down by quite a bit?
I
Someone
have,
does. Zanner.
A well-met traveling.
Oh, I thought-
hobnobber.
yeah, I thought that was it, right?
No.
Who are
Okay,
skilled
then-
at learning information through
is it
conversation,
called?
gather information, exploration activity takes half as long as normal, reducing the time to 1 hour.
What was it called?
Hobnobber.
Oh.
Information take.
Oh, that is it. I'm sorry. That is it. Yeah, great. Perfect.
you're good.
So that is proving very difficult with the amount of people here, and you can make a roll. You spend an hour. After that, you kind of throw your hands up in frustration, but maybe there was a glint of information. Make a society or diplomacy roll. I'll let you choose.
Diplomacy.
And it needs to be a hard 37.
Okay.
Super hard.
That is a definite above 37.
Really?
That's 42 or 41 basically.
Wow, those are big numbers.
Yeah.
You run into one annoying little scroungy thief looter guy, and he reveals that I've worked for the House Vast before.
Tell me.
let go. I'll hold on. And yeah, Montre's still in town. He's locked down in his bar, waiting for things to blow over.
Point me in the direction of the bar and give me the name.
It's the Trumpet down the road.
Right, if I see you again, I'll tell you more about the 3 winds. He walks away.
He looks confused. Yeah, it wasn't physical threat. It was
Yeah.
the threat of boredom.
Hobnobbing. I just like, yeah, and another. You know what? The third tenant is about balance.
Stop. I'm so bored. No more.
Tell me.
And that only took an hour. It is now 5 p.m.
Once we are gathered, there is I'm of 2 minds, but at the end, I believe that we have 4 to settle. On aid have it.
The captain of the guard we saw in the castle.
Yes.
The
Our
handsome
friend-
dwarf.
He was very handsome, yes, Bleak.
Our friend and a defender of the realm took commission.
Well, easy with that
King
title right
Theok.
now.
Well,
I love revenge as much as you do. Maybe. But wasn't our plan to go to the Thousand Isles and take care of that sphere?
We are on a very short time, Sojourn. He is unsuspecting of us.
Yep.
He has no reason to leave. Can handle this later.
That piece of shit Montre will be around. The cockroach.
There are no boats in the bay.
indeed.
There are no wagons in the stables for him to escape.
Let us be about our business and thought are more important matters.
The revenge will be better when he's not expecting.
We know his usual hangabout. He can be found. The Nexus? Were we chilling in the castle still?
Yeah, I think we need to get rest and then
We don't have
Thousand
time to rest. There's not time.
so be it. Are you still capable of
I'm tired. I want to rest, but we don't have time.
Are there any?
And I've got one sick one to look after already. Pointing to Pearcy and the worms oozing from his ear.
Oh,
they seem fine.
I forgot to talk about the brain worms. Can I redo my recap?
There is another matter, a small matter, but we are carrying a fairly large amount of coin. Perhaps this would be a good time to get rid of some.
Right, if you're talking about donating it, you can stop.
There's no safer place than the Nexus.
There are few people in the city, but there could be a merchant still around.
But time.
We have to go to the Isles. Why are we shopping?
Very well. But if it's on the way, why not?
We don't have time to kill Ignal's killer, but we do have time
I would love
to go
to see
shop
you just
at
came to my
Garden
brain.
Airport.
It just came to my
Okay,
brain.
we gotta get on our flight. Yeah, but still, there's this shop with a neck pillow.
Yeah.
I can teleport onto the plane.
Water in it, so you should probably see.
But they're saying last call to board the airplane.
Sure, but there's 2 colors. I gotta make sure I get the right one.
I'm in group 7. We'll be fine. No, yeah, go to the Nexus.
All right, you guys head to the Nexus, which is your otherworldly doorway from this city into a completely different plane of existence where you are now within a tower surrounded by an endless ocean, totally cut off from the rest of reality. But in there is a conservatory with gorgeous windows that run along that look down at this huge cliff with the gray waves crashing against. And in this conservatory is a pedestal with a book. And there are other books that are hanging from chains on the wall, and this has been a mode of transportation from time to time, and I believe this is what you're trying to take advantage of now. It is 6 p.m. in the evening.
It went fast. That sucks. We burned that up. Okay, one at a time, single file. Let's get to the Thousand Isles.
How long does it takes 8 hours for me to treat Pearcy, right?
Yes. And I thought you already did.
I did. It gives him a +4 for his next roll. That hasn't happened yet, so I was just
Correct.
whenever that
Yes. For diseases.
for the other day.
He salted the slugs in your head. Okay.
And they look delicious.
So then you're breaking out a smaller book that has the words of the Thousand Isles scrolled across it. And you open it up. This is a book that has not been written by any hand that you know of, but was created out of reality. You created the runes on the fortress where you're heading to, and the book then came into existence. So you place this book from off the wall onto the pedestal, putting the other book back. There's still a whole bunch of other books there. And you open up the book, and there are words that start describing this fortress on the Thousand Islands to the northwest. And who is reading those words first?
Aru.
All right.
Children.
Which means an illiterate hero could not use the book. I don't know.
Potentially.
I don't know.
Maybe if we read two of them?
Ragnar the Barbarian is just stuck.
Leave that between you two to decide.
All
Repeat
right.
after me, Craig.
I, Zanner. Yaru, you read the words, and everyone watches as Yaru fades away, almost locked in position, and he fades and disappears. Yaru, your view of the book remains the same, and then the book starts to fade. The crashing wave sound you can hear fades. The reality of your friends around you and all this windows circling around you in the conservatory all fade away, and it is replaced by cold and ice and a dark blue color as you arrive in a largest chamber within a fortress many, many miles away instantly, and you are standing before a stone pedestal, a little mini obelisk, I believe, actually, that has some runes that are on it, and that's it. The runes are lit up, and they kind of fade as you were the only one there.
As soon as I get in the room, I move out of the way, not knowing if the spell transports everyone to the exact spot I'm in, but also to survey, to also survey the room to see if there's anyone at all, any noise, any sound, any sight of Dragonkin, anything.
Just move in
Any
the right
creature.
position so like we can
No, I'm like, if there are windows to this chamber, I'm climbing up, checking out one of the windows.
Okay.
To see out.
I'll describe the chamber more. This is a medium-sized chamber. This is essentially a tower that is about 3 stories tall, but without different stories. So it's all just one vaulted area. There's some windows high up at the top, big doors on either side. One side of which opens up onto a massive bridge. This bridge is where one of our former heroes was slain. It is memorable for some folks.
See anything or anyone out there?
You know, you can't
rotting
even,
corpse with a dagger.
you cannot even see that yet. You're still inside.
Okay.
What I wanted to mention is you're on this pedestal in front of this little mini obelisk, about 4 or 5 feet tall, 4 feet tall, and then all around you is misshapen, cut, and malformed ice, as though a big wave had crashed in and instantly froze. Is the concept that you see. Why do you say that? And you
familiar.
and on the opposite door from the bridge, slightly further into the tower, you see there are 2 Colium soldiers. These are dragonkin that are kind of standing there, and they both look a little confused. They're about maybe 60 feet away and just looking, seeing like the impossible that you just appeared.
Do not be afraid. I am Master Yaru of the 3 Winds Temple. I have a message. Master.
What language are you speaking this in?
Common. Char Ice. Understand that?
They look at each other and say something in draconic language. Do you know that language?
I don't.
All right. And you don't think you need to as they form ice weapons in their hands. That's when the second hero appears. Who was the second hero? Sildren then appears, and you're kind of stumbling around in this teleporter haze for a second. You look around and you see Yaru who say, Char Ice.
Oh, shit.
Is that what I sound like?
Like, did he say, you will kill us all? Char Ice? Or how does this sentence end? That's what you see. And then you see these two, these are essentially dragonkin, bipedal, 5.5, 6 foot tall mini dragons with their kind of snouts with teeth and wings. They can fly. These guys are just running across the ice. They have formed ice spears or ice swords from their hands, and they're now racing across the room.
Prepare an action.
Cast a spell.
All right, well, then we will roll initiative for you two guys in particular. And first up is freaking Master Yaru with a 33 initiative roll. No, 36 initiative.
Awesome. As they approach, Yaru will cast one of his focus key spells here, and he will abundantly step, teleport. As they approach, he will go kind of diagonally towards the door they're guarding. Hopefully get behind them, kind of adjacent to.
Okay, done.
Throw a 2-action.
Go for it. Big old punch. This is your second biggest attack.
Oh, so close to being a 19. Let's see, 18. 34.
34, 18 and 26?
No, 44.
44.
Yeah.
It's a critical hit.
Okay.
Boom.
That is 4d6 plus 13. (18 plus 13 damage. 5 of that is fire damage that ignores any fire resistance.
Jeez, all right. And that's a solid blow. That's a big hit. All right, great.
My
And
turn.
next up is them before Sildren. They are just going to turn and engage the monk, Sildren. So they're about maybe 50 feet away from you right now, Sildren. They're turning and attacking you. One gets a triple attack on you with his spear.
You say triple attack on you. you're
On
not-
sorry, on
Master
Yaru.
Yaru.
Making that very clear. Thank you. That is a total of 20 to hit, a total of 21 to hit, and a total of 21 to hit.
For all critical failures.
Okay. The next guy moves and attacks twice with a 36 to hit
That does hit.
and a 29 to hit.
Misses.
All right. First one does connect. Finally delivers a blow to you for 22 points of damage. That is piercing and cold. And Sildren.
I'm changing. So looking around, there's no other exits. Like, there's no other enemies apparent.
No other enemies. There's a big open door to the bridge behind you, and then a more internal door that they were guarding.
And both those doors are closed.
Except for the big open one.
The big open door is open.
Okay.
Ripped
Gotcha.
open.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Let's just keep it simple. Sildren will do 2 things. He's gonna go, ha! And
That's an action.
Shuka jumps out. And then he's also gonna cast Searing.
Okay.
Not
On
what
the
I thought
wounded
was
one?
going to jump out when you did that.
Wounded one or non-wounded one?
On the non-wound.
All right. Make a spell attack roll.
Natural 20.
Yeah, nice.
Big die roll. Huge die roll.
Okay.
He does it through the podium just as the third hero.
Searing Light. What is that?
Searing light is great in the ice concept. I can envision it
Five,
passing through and cutting a swath through ice
Oh,
accidentally.
yeah.
Or even just like this channel underneath it that
Oh,
was
yeah.
just burned as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. Wait.
It's probably just like 10 damage or something.
5d6 fire and 5d6 good. So we're just roll that
So
5d6.
10d6,
And
10d6.
that 5d6.
And then that
so
would
this
be
is
doubled
fire.
against undead?
It's fire.
8,
Yeah, the other part's
10. So
Yeah.
15 fire damage.
Okay.
I'm sorry, 30 fire damage because it's
yeah,
critical.
still-
Really bad rolls. 10.
Is the good just
15,
two undead though?
16.
I don't know. know.
thought it was radiant 2 that are good to him.
The target is a fiend or undead.
Okay.
Alright, so just 30 fire damage.
All right, boom! You
Oh,
do
nasty.
blast him, and he has been blasted pretty heavy. He's in the same condition as the other Kolins. They're
And
both
he's 50 feet away?
moderately wounded. Yes.
Okay, Shunka's heading.
Shunka's racing across the ice. This new empowered wolf, black wolf, racing across. Yaru, no, third hero can arrive. Just so I know, who is the third hero?
Yeah, the Pleek.
Palik. Okay, Yaru, you're up. Then Palik.
First action Euro will use to speak to Zanner with the monocle. Zanner, there are Colium here. They are not, of course, they're not expecting us, but they are here. Be prepared with fire. Second action, I'll just do a
By the
flurry
way,
of
I'm
blows.
terrified telling Zanner to come in prepped for just like, yeah, like just blow up, and then he teleports in.
What did I say I'm going to do? I'm going to do a flurry of blows attack here. Oh. 7, not a natural 1. Thank the good Lord. That is a miss.
What's the total?
I'm sorry. 33.
33 is a hit.
No. 33 is a hit?
33 is a hit.
Okay. It was higher than that, but okay. Second action, second attack. 30.
Is a hit.
Okay. 2 hits. 4d6 plus 6. 15 plus 6. 21. 2 of that is fire.
21, 2 fire.
Misses, skips past any resistances.
Okay.
And yeah, that was 3 actions.
You
No, it wasn't. That was 2 actions.
and you hit with both. You need to roll
Yep.
damage again.
Oh, I gotta combine them for purposes.
Yeah, just give me this second damage roll.
Damage. 11.
Okay,
1 being.
got it. What else?
Last action will be
Half-inch punch.
no, we're gonna just do a final
third attack.
final assault on
I
this
go
guy.
metric.
18. Ooh, jeez. 17 plus 18.
2.5 centimeter
Friggin'
punch.
30.
But it's a precision strike.
17, 18 is 35.
35,
Is a
so-
hit. Just.
A lot different this time around, boys.
Like you're fighting in the newbies.
Yeah. 6, 17 damage, fire.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, they are taking a whole bunch of more pain from every bit of these fire blows. That little flames are hitting off as you hit them. They recoil in pain. He's badly, badly hurt. Before he can act, though, Palik, you are at the pedestal, and you are 50 feet away from the action.
Okay, there's gonna be 2 movements, and then I'm gonna strike the one that Sildren struck early.
Okay.
I think the less damaged
Yep.
one. 38.
38 is a hit.
Oh, right before I hit, I'm gonna. You are one ugly looking ass, baby.
All right, that gives him flanking.
Yep. Oh,
Tim's like, how does that work? Rogue feet.
35 points of damage.
All right. Any of that fire?
2 of it is fire.
Okay. Big, nice, juicy
And
hit.
it will be taking both fire, persistent damage, and bloody, and bloody
Bleeding?
debilitation is it's not fire.
bleeding.
Bleeding damage.
All right. And why is there fire persistent damage?
Because my new rune on my sword. No, I'm sorry, that's on crit. Never
Criticals,
mind.
okay.
Never mind.
All right.
So
So
we'll be taking
bleeding. All right. So let's go ahead and do that bleeding right now. Go ahead and roll it. And Tim, can you roll a 15 or higher?
5.
5 damage.
No, I can't. I roll a 14.
Continues to burn, just barely. All right, the Colium one's going to attack Yaru 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. And then the other one's going to turn and attack you, Palik. Yaru, that's a 35 is the only hit that got through.
Nope.
35 is a miss. Dang. The other one is striking. No, the other one is not striking you, Palik. The other one is immediately running off and yells something in Draconic at its friend and runs off and is doing a move out the door that it came through. And is actually going to fly at 50 feet. So flies 50 feet to the door, spends an action opening the door, and flies 50 feet beyond the door. And it is Sildren's turn.
Okay. So children will move, get 70 feet. And how far away am I from the dragon down the hall?
Yeah, you go into the doorway. You see there is a second hall, and in here there is the dragon, and there is also another dragonkin. It is crouched on the ground. It has its wings folded around it, and it is hunkered low, almost like a leathery egg. And it sees this commotion. The other one comes in yelling and something in Draconic, and then the other one starts to unfold its wings. And this one, you've seen this type before, and it is a Colium mage. He's got a little satchel on him, a little robe on him, and he's confused. He doesn't get a turn at all this round, but that's what you see. So you're pretty close to this guy, maybe, I don't know, 30 feet away?
Action.
This is also a second chamber. It has another big door. This one is destroyed completely. Big double door that's been destroyed and completely open, but blocking it is a sheet of ice with some weird ice configurations on it.
Configuration. Rune.
That's all I can say, unless you want to spend a round looking at it from there.
I'm gonna pass on that.
All right.
No!
We don't have time.
We don't. Okay, Sildren with a single. Okay, so that's the only other place where it seems this.
Correct.
Sildren will back out of the chamber,
Okay.
and Shunka will attack backing out and around, closing the door.
Okay.
And will attack one that Master Yaru.
Still in the original room.
Yeah.
Got it.
All right, Shunka, let's see you do something this
And then
time.
Yaru.
Natural 20.
Again?
Hey.
Whoa!
Yep.
With
Oh.
Shunka, no less.
I
so
know.
Upgraded Shunka.
And upgraded Shunka is going to
Shunknor.
do with his jaws. So 14 plus 2, 44 points of damage.
Woo!
Wow.
That's more than all the damage ever Shunka's done.
Yes. This is like his second hit ever. And yes.
Shunka buries his fangs into the neck and rips out the neck of the dragonkin, slaying him.
Wow. A kill for Shunka.
Kill.
Yes.
Is that one of
Title
one?
of the episode?
Yes, the kill for Shunka.
That's the episode title. He's finally earned it.
Yay.
Okay, I think that's it.
There's a mage on the other side of this door, and
You cannot. Who is coming through next on the pedestal?
I was gonna send Zanner's kind of like funneling people through. but-
Go,
but
green light.
after the alert from Yaru, I think Zanner's gonna kind of jump in the way.
All right.
So how do I read? Oh, yeah, he's gone.
Zanner disappears, and Zanner, you have arrived, but it is Master Yaru's turn, then Palik.
How many actions does it take to take the heart of a Colium soldier?
That's going to take...
All 3 actions,
It's going to
probably?
take more than 3 actions.
Okay, I won't do that. Instead, first action, I will activate the Bracelet of Dashing, which gives me a plus 10 movement speed. Second, I will rush towards the door, hearing Sildren call mage there. Perhaps. Yep, and yeah, as soon as I open the door and see the mage, I will say one word. Hatrak! And see if he registers that at all. If names or anything in this language or not, I don't know, but I'm trying.
Does not respond to that.
Okay. Is that
Very
an action?
interesting. For you to go into that room, yes.
Okay, so
I'm sorry, it's 2 actions. You have to go to the room and you have to open the door.
okay, so I'm
but then you have a third action.
Well, I did use my bracelet dash.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. Then Palik, and then it's Zanner after that.
Bleak will dash 90 feet. It's
You can get like past us.
oh.
Yeah,
I-
yeah, yeah.
Okay, well then I'll.
2 actions will get you on top of the wounded dragonkin.
Oh,
Three
yeah,
action- 3
just-
actions will get you to the mage.
Nope, sorry. Yeah, 2 to the wounded one. Hey, Smelly! You're a terrible dragon. 36.
36 is a hit.
Um. $38 points of damage.
All right.
Only one of that being fire. And then he has some more persistent damage.
Okay, and so you're done. It is Xander's turn.
Okay. So
Your 2 actions to get to the door
to get to the door.
to see either of the enemy combatants.
Okay, cool. Then I'll do that. Take the 2 actions to get to the door, and then I'm looking at the Colia mage and the other guys next to him. Just it's a hallway. It's like a wide hallway.
No, this is another chamber.
Oh, it's a chamber. You
And
said
they
that, right?
are
They're
they are
just
some
ice
distance
on the other
apart from
side.
each other.
All right, cool. Xander will cast Fireball at the Colian Mage.
Your 2 actions to get to where you're at.
How far away is the Colian Mage? From
50
the door?
feet.
50 feet out? In that case, Xander will cast Chain Lightning.
Wait.
No, damn, I have 1 action. I want all the actions.
It's all right. It's a new system.
I'm brand new to this. I'm trying to figure it out. The focus point I have, but I don't think that guy gets far enough. Xander's gonna.
What are you gonna do? You got 5 seconds.
Yep, he's gonna
4, 3,
throw up shield.
2. Shield is done. Bold play. It is their turn, and there's some fire damage happening.
Good thing you guys ripped.
I know you're.
Bleeding, persistent damage.
Okay, Tim, roll a 15 or higher.
Oh yeah, 18.
Okay, so the fire's gone, but it takes
12.
the damage. Wow, that is a lot. Oh, because it's the new greater flaming
Nope,
goodness.
still just 2d8
Oh,
and 2.
okay. And
Oh no, yeah, I'm sorry. It's 9.
okay, I gotta heal the guy. Great. All right, it is his turn. He goes running over to the ice wall that's in front of the far door and starts pounding and pounding and pounding in frustration at that. Can't do anything, and then spins around and chucks a little ice spear from his hand across the way at Palik. Incoming Palik! And that is a total of 30 to hit.
No.
Ice shatters against the wall next to you. Nothing at all happens. Nothing there. The mage then gets to go, and he is going to... He is going to move... Who moved closer? Palik, you moved in there. Just don't. He is going to go ahead and spend, what's his speed? He's going to fly right over to you and then breathe in a big frosty blast of cold. You need to make a reflex save as this burst of cold comes out of his mouth.
34.
34 is a success.
So it's a critical.
You take
success.
no cold damage whatsoever, and he's entirely frustrated. You just stand there, everything blasting over you, but it's just small bits of cold, and you just brush off the frost and take no damage. And then it is Sildren's turn.
So, draw his bow.
Okay.
Knock an arrow.
And 1 down range.
All right.
Because I don't really have much. Like, all of my spells right now are designed to fight shale. We're fighting creatures of cold right now. So that's not matching up real well. And I have some 7th level spells, but I'm not quite
Yeah.
ready to 7th level spell. So, Anyways.
They're pretty easy to hit. You might have a shot.
Yeah, exactly. And actually, I get work together with Shunka this one. Okay, so that is going to be, I don't even know what attack roll. Only a 26 to hit. 26 to hit?
Just go for it.
Did it,
26.
did it hit?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was your bonus.
No,
That's the
that's
roll.
my
That was your
total.
total roll. Okay.
Wow.
26 is a miss.
Okay, very good. That's 1, 2. I'll take my third action and take another shot, and that's gonna hit with a 30, 18 plus 17,
35 is a hit.
35, yeah, perfect. And I do 1d8 points of damage.
Woo!
Big damage.
4.
4.
Oh.
Slightly below
Right?
average.
But Shunka attacks now.
Just still.
He,
Yeah.
Throw it out.
oh yeah, so he can move 80 feet.
In one action?
No, I'm sorry, 40 feet per. Okay, yes. He doesn't get 3 actions. I keep forgetting.
Okay.
40 feet.
So that'll take you 2 actions to get him to the mage or the guy who's farther away. The wizard guy. Either one.
So he'll get to the.
Okay, done. That's done. Who's the next hero to come through? Come on down!
After Zanner.
After you, Bolly.
Don't.
No, I better keep an eye on Zanner,
Yeah.
says Yelena as she goes through next.
Okay, I'll just.
Yaru, what are you up to?
Yaru will dash towards the one banging on the wall.
He is farthest away, okay.
Can Bolly read another book?
You can.
So
Just knock that one off the pedestal.
second action, first attack will be a flurry of
Who is
blows.
this Disney?
Ooh, 17,
Oh, wait a minute,
26, 16, 43.
What is this? Are you there, God? It's me, Margaret.
Oh boy.
43 to hit for the first one.
Is a critical hit.
Lighten these people up.
22.
He is dead. Smashed and pummeled. His back breaks and is killed.
Nice.
You can spend an action to retreat back towards the wizard then.
I will, and I will. Yeah,
Okay.
saying things is
Done. Palik.
Yeah, so the mage is the only other one we
Yep,
see,
and
right?
he's toe to toe with you. Just failed his big breath, point blank.
Shunka's flanking with you.
Need it.
Hell.
You shit kicking, manure sniffing motherfucker. And be a 39.
39 is a critical hit.
Nice.
Use these dice.
Stand by. That is incorrect.
33 is
It's
a hit.
2 critical
Woefully
hits.
incorrect. That 33 is a hit.
No, the total was a 39 though.
Is a hit.
What about a 38?
What?
30 points of damage.
Okay.
30 points of damage, 2 of that being fire.
All right. It's moderate. There's not a light amount of damage.
And it
to
will
him.
be taking persistent bleeding.
All right, and then you have more actions left.
Back again.
Just stabby, stabby.
Yep. Ooh, 28.
Is a miss.
Let's do it again. And it'll be even worse than that.
Was it a natural 1?
No.
Okay. Cool. That was Palik. Zanner.
Zanner. Okay. Is he still 50 feet out, or did he move in?
He is
Sounded like he moved in.
50. No, he's 30 feet out.
Okay, great. So Xander's just going to start by throwing an elemental toss.
Great.
Just blasting a fireball at him.
Mini fireball.
Mini fireball. Mini elemental toss fireball. It's an attack spell. 4. 35? No,
Is it-
45.
45?
So spell DC. No, I'm doing my spell DC backwards. So 13, 22, 35.
Is a hit.
Yay! He's going to take 2 and 12. This 16 plus. Oh my God, math. 30. 44 points of fire damage.
From your light one
Yeah, from my elemental toss.
of fire damage?
Uh-huh.
Jeez.
What happens when you're 14th level?
Easy. All right, you have 2 actions left.
I'm going to do a produce. I'll do another one. Let's just do this one again. Why not? Right? Another elemental toss.
Now, does this take focus points or is this?
It is.
Okay.
This is a focus. The other one's not going to be. Actually, you know what? Why not? Let's just do the produce flame. I can produce flame and throw it within 30 feet. So I've hit with a blast one. Now I'm just going to like toss one over the top.
Light
like,
little.
like a snowball effect. Here's another one.
3 points.
Straightaway jumper.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
And that is for 37.
Is a hit.
That spell. That's going to 2, 5, 9, 3,
32.
fire damage.
Got it.
And I'll do one more of those.
Oh, he is just taking all sorts of damage. Flame, ducking, getting smashed, lit up, flames all over.
It's even higher than the last one, 39.
Is a hit.
Okay. 41. Sorry, it's a 40.
41 is also a hit.
Is it a critical hit?
It is not.
Oh, and then we're going to do it again. So we've got...
Oh, max
God.
damage.
damage. So 4 4s is neat. So that's 16 plus 23. That's 39 points of fire damage.
From a cantrip?
From a cantrip. That's my
3
will.
times. All right. Boom, boom, boom.
I'm just, they're not hard. They're just little produce flames like, here's one. Here's one.
The
Here's one.
Colium Mage. It is his turn, and he bolts and runs for it and flies past, low to the ground, but flies past and through the door you are at, Zanner. I think a couple people,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Sildren's right there.
and just goes flying through. You guys kind of duck a bit as he goes right through and is going out the other side.
Is there any way to not duck?
You have opportunity.
You can make a reflex save to get in the way.
Sure.
Go for it.
25.
Total of 25.
Uh-huh.
You instinctively duck, and he goes right over your head.
Can I do that?
That's a dragon.
And he
Yep.
is flying. He's flying past, and he is just over the Nexus pedestal in the original room. And Sildren, it's your turn.
Oh, good. How far away is he?
50 feet behind you.
Not yet. What?
You throw Shunka at him?
Well, Shunka's
Far away.
definitely too far away. Okay, so how far I just need to check range on a spell. So second.
And Yelena will be next.
How far away is this guy from me?
50 feet.
All right, I am going to. Actually, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna run right after him,
Okay.
and I'm gonna grapple him.
A Yaru move.
What?
I like it.
Let's see the Yaru's success rate, however. Yaru is either very successful with him or very not
Yep.
successful with him.
That's the trick of
All right, you go racing
oh, you know
after
what?
him.
No.
Oh
okay,
my God.
hold- okay, yes.
5,
This is what I'm gonna do.
4. All right, you
Yeah.
race after him. This is an attack. You make an athletics check versus his fortitude. Athletics.
I rolled a 6. I am going to use a hero point.
Okay.
29 total.
29. You
Yeah.
are unable to grapple him, but do not get grappled yourself with a critical failure.
Okay.
Nice.
You have what's your move speed?
35.
Okay, so you are done. Yelena then
And Shunka is able to move
there's 80 feet distance between him and them.
where he get to.
Perfect. Okay, great. Yelena goes. Jeremy, since you are Yelena's teacher, would you mind not rolling anything? And
Yeah, sounds
Chris, go ahead and make the roll for
Yep.
Yelena. Just roll a 20-sided die and give me the overall number.
16.
Oh.
18.
18 instead.
Okay, we don't even need a damage roll with what he has left. She arrives, instantly sees this guy right in front. She blasts out with a fiery beam of disintegration-like power that sears through him, sears a hole in the ice, and it's almost like an uncontrolled, just she just whips this laser-like thing around and it shears
Soldern
off.
and Shunka leaping out of the way.
Shears off its wing, and the creature dies and goes spinning in a pool of red blood, blue blood on the ice that just makes it even more
Oh.
slippery. She says, "Thank you."
Impressive.
And then she goes, "Oh," gets pushed out as Bali comes through. And then Pearcy somehow comes out of Bali.
And
I come out of Bolly's mouth pouch.
and these
Don't tell anyone.
hearts, if we harvest the hearts, that's like the cold heart thing that we had before.
Only on lieutenant level ones, of which there is one right here. Who's going to do that?
Soldern.
Soldern breaks out some sort of nasty, jagged Bowie knife thing and starts.
We know this knife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've seen this knife before.
Starts cutting. You
It's
make
my
a
tooth knife.
survival roll, please.
It's better you do it than Bully, because Bully has a mallet.
Total of 40.
Oh, that's a critical success.
You find two
get
hearts.
a Coleum heart with 2 uses out of it.
Nice.
I toss it to Master Yaru.
So if anyone doesn't know, this is a thing you can take a bite of, and then you gain a breath weapon that does it's like a minor dragon icy breath weapon, but it's kind of free. I think it's low action, which is nice.
One action.
But the only catch is it doesn't have a big saving throw for the enemy to roll, so it's not great against big bosses, but smaller ones definitely useful.
There a D.
Sure. Oh yeah, I can absolutely tell you. It is still 29. It's a 15-foot cone, does 66 points of damage, and you have 2 uses of it. I guess he got 2 chambered part or something like that.
Okay.
Just perfect.
Yes.
Yaru. Go ahead.
Leek would like to saw his pouch and wants to pick.
All right. And everyone has arrived in this chamber, in this fortress, which is on the 1,000 Isles, and it is very cold. And we will take our break there, and we'll be back in just a little bit. We are back from our break. A quick shout out to all our patrons, subscribers. Thank you so much for your help and support. If you want to help support the show for just a few dollars a month, you too can join the patrons. I have to be careful.
Want to join the Patreon? You too can join the
Join-
Patreon.
We've got great after shows where we go into in-depth after every single episode and talk about what the heck we were doing or thinking or what might come next or crazy ideas or everything going on with the show behind the scenes. You can come check it out at patreon.com/ingloriousbards. So everyone has now arrived here in this chamber within the fortress. As a quick connection, by the way, I really love how we're revisiting a spot and there's the aftermath still of what was there before. I know, it's a really cool concept. This is a fortress in the 1,000 Isles, which is quite a few days away of sailing to the northwest of where you once were. You teleported near instantaneously. This is a fortress that is made up of a large fort on a significant sized island, and then a half-mile stone bridge to a small island with the other half of the fortress on there. You guys are closer to the smaller fortress on a tower that's on that bridge. And you are in there where there has been a nexus pedestal or obelisk, created there. All of you are in there, a room full of ice, and a couple of dead Coleum soldiers and a mage. A heart has been reclaimed, and
How many chambers is that already?
dose chambers. And Palik, you were ransacking them. You have found 2 things of note from the bodies, both of them from the mage. You have found a single platinum bar that is worth 1,000 gold in total, but is much more transportable. It's like a big French poker placard type thing. And there was something else here. Go to here and buy Okay. You found a scroll case.
I give it a toss towards Zanner.
Zanner, with the scroll case, did you have something with an automatic detect magic, or did you pass on that ability?
It's a one action. So I have a one action.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's just near
Or it's a one identify magic.
identify.
Yeah.
No.
Damn it.
No, it's 3
I'm
action.
so glad you asked. Let me take a look.
What?
It's called
Identify.
Quick Identification. Identify magic to determine the properties of an item, on effect, or action.
Okay. What about detecting magic? I recall there was something in a feat selection on the last level up where you could have it always on, or did you pass? I don't know if I'm on.
Passed on that.
Okay,
I've
not a
seen the
problem.
feat.
Heightened.
Don't see anything that specifically.
I think it was a gnomish feat or something where we didn't
Yeah.
pick. Okay, no problem. All right, so that's a identify is not necessary. You open up the scroll case, and inside you see there is a piece of paper that has some symbols on it and some writing that is written in Draconic.
Going?
Do you know Draconic?
Oh yeah, sure. Zanner speaks Draconic.
All right. You see it is a collection of 5 symbols, and then lower on the page, a collection of 3 symbols, and lower on the page, a collection of 2 symbols. And I'm going to give you this list, and you have to write down because I can't paste it for you because we're not in chat.
Okay.
I will paste it for our live Twitch viewers, though. So you see a symbol of a capital T with a cross across the middle of it as well, as though it's a lowercase and an uppercase at the same time, with the word Dakareth next to it. You see 5 vertical lines, bump, up, 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 with the word Iveron next to it. You see 2 circles pretty close together with a vertical line across the top of each, almost like a dumbbell, with the word Maginor across it. You see no symbol at all and the word Navar. And you see a snowflake-looking symbol with the name of, or the word of, Jarvain. So those 5 are on the top of the page. Questions about that?
Just to be clear, all 5 of those
They're in the top third.
third of the page.
In the
Those are the 5.
Yep. In the middle 3 is an X with the word in Draconic of destroy. There is a circle with the word open. There is a triangle with the word seal. And I would appreciate no PlayStation jokes at this point.
What about Squid Game?
Oh, that's even better. Timely. So that's in the middle 3. X, circle, triangle. And at the bottom, there is a lightning bolt symbol that says announce and a cloud symbol that says suppress.
What's all that mean, Zanner?
Well, it has the Draconic words, and it's got symbols next to it. It looks like it might be a bit of a cipher. I see.
Yeah. I know what that is, but explain it for Bali.
Ollie, there's a bunch of symbols here that have words on it that if you put the symbols together, they might make sentences, or it might be a code or a code breaker if you see the sentences line up in different ways. Does that make sense now?
Okay, so it's like a game.
It's a little bit like a game, or like a secret word or a secret code that we could determine if we can't read just Draconic, they may be trying to write in different codes for information. For example, the 3 middle words are verbs, so they could have an action word.
Yeah,
The
wait,
top
I
of the 5
don't.
words
What?
are
What's a verb?
subjects, and there's actual other. It might tell us what to do.
I
don't
just
think
learned what
he
a
knows.
pronoun is. Now you're gonna throw verbs at me? Come on, man.
Wait till we get at adjectives. Those are wild.
Would you like to see my dangling participle?
Are you smarter than a dragonkin?
My intelligence bonus is 0, by the way.
What were the 5 words? Dakarth, Iveron, Majornor,
Jarvar and
Jarvain.
Jarvain. You're on it. This is major. Remember, this started
I'll
with
get the
Majornor's
symbols.
power. We went up the stairways, bridge to. All right, yeah. So a lot of magical items here. Yaru found a whistle here.
Yes, the trumpet whistle.
And
Yeah.
you see Palik standing there with a staff in his hand that is flaming
Her
near the
hand.
top. Sorry, her hand.
Where'd you get that?
Yeah, where
What
did
are
you
you gonna
get
do
that?
with that?
And you have found it lying against the wall where the Colium Mage Dragonkin was resting.
Oh, I found it right here. It's a pretty good walking stick.
It's a kind of a neat walking stick. No. Xander starts detecting magic on her walking stick.
Yelena says it. I already detected it. It's magical.
Yelena knows things. Tell me about
Does
it,
she?
Yelena.
Oh, she's determined just to.
She says, no, go ahead.
No. This is a great test for you.
No, I don't need tests right now.
Obviously, you don't, because you know exactly what it is. What is it, Yelena? Tell everyone.
Yeah, Yelena, what is it?
Go ahead, Yelena. What you got?
Are you smarter than a dragonkin?
She says, I don't have to answer any of this.
No,
And
you
she
don't.
walks outside into the cold and turns right back inside, freezing.
Can I see it, please?
Yeah, it's right here.
Can I hold it, please?
Yeah, you can hold it.
Xander holds it to identify the magic of this thing.
All right, Xander, you need to make an Arcana roll. I'll let you make this one and make it. How's that for simple?
I could just. I'll roll it. Yeah, let's roll. Why do you even have assurance when you roll? 31.
31 is what you want?
Yeah.
Okay, you have no idea what this is.
Well, it's got fire on it, and that's pretty neat. I can also detect that it's got magic on it. Right, Yelena?
She says, here, and she storms over and takes it from your hand. Children, would you roll a 20-sided die, please? And all you need to do is roll higher than what Jeremy rolled.
You can do it.
Jesus.
7, so yeah.
She stumbles for a while, takes a long time. She goes, aha, I know what this is. This is a staff of fire, an evocation staff, a major evocation staff with quite a bit of power. Quite useful for a sorceress like me.
That sounds pretty impressive. What does it do?
It allows me to cast spells from it.
Uh-huh. What
Uh,
kind?
Fire spells.
Good. Keep going.
I found this black robe with a hood. Would you like this too?
She says that this was a great claim. It was a good find. Good find, Palik. Thank you.
Right. You're just gonna take it? Usually we discuss amongst the group who gets what.
Well, I would seem since I haven't ever gotten much of any of the treasures, it would seem that it fits me. Or we could do it based on merit. So all sorcerers and sorceresses who could use this, and we could then decide.
We can vote on it.
Let's find out what the item is.
Fine, let's vote. And she throws the staff on the ground on the ice between Zanner and her.
Tumbleweed.
Zanner! I vote for Zanner.
This is foolishness. Soldrin, first off, takes the staff, stuffs it in.
Snaps it in two,
Yeah,
gives them each a half.
Don't think I didn't think about it.
Now it's a minor greater staff.
Two minors.
If I didn't
Two
think it
wands
would
of flame.
blow up and kill us all, that's exactly what Sildren would be doing. Sildren tosses it into a
That's
bag of
never
holding.
happened in any of our campaigns, by the way, of snapping a staff into
Mhm.
ramifications.
Can we talk, Yelena? You and I?
She says, of course. I will always talk with you, children.
And Sildren walks right past her and goes into
And where's the staff?
in his bag of holding.
She definitely comes with you.
And Sildren takes her into the other chamber. Close. I'll be back.
Only she comes out 5 minutes later.
We'll see.
I want to hear this, but Yaru will inspect this room further out.
Yeah, Bleak wants to
Or
go outside
It's out there.
where we last saw.
Okay. For Benros. All right.
Children will walk kind of towards the center of the room, turn around, sit down cross-legged. Sit with me.
She casts some fire at the ground to melt away the ice for the two of you to sit on the stone and be a little warmer. Where is your intimidating wolf?
He is laying down
Okay.
with Sildren. What's wrong? You seem rather changed.
I'm not upset. Zanner's the one who's upset.
Seem to have seem a little.
I'm just seeing what's the reality around me. I've been grateful for meeting you all. I've been grateful for everything Zanner has shared with me, but there was a big turning point for me when I got to meet a king for the first time. And when that happened, to go from where I was at, just ignored on a cold farm and mocked and made fun and ridiculed because of my abilities and shunned sometimes because of my abilities. Now here I am standing before a king who's asking for my help, and then to see the great Zanner, the great sorcerer, promise what he did to King, what was his name again? King Phaon, who's really important to me, and promise to him, and then betray that. And I was ready to go tackle this, at least do something, and he turned, and I've lost a lot of respect for Zanner, and I keep giving him so many chances to show me how great he was, and he just keeps. Don't you think so?
How many chances given him since the encounter with?
Like a dozen, and then every time he just fails. What are you writing down, Jeremy? She says, breaking the fourth wall.
Read my notes.
Angry scribbles.
Everything you got, I'm writing down for the future. And every time he just fails, and I'm just so surprised that you of all people can't see it. I think Priest Ashbeard's biting his tongue. He seems to know what's going on, and maybe Pearcy. But Palik's off her rocker, and I thought Palik was a good friend of mine, and I don't see that anymore. And Yaru's just totally just in love with whatever silly things that Zanner does, and I'm over that. We need people like you who are gonna, take charge and do things and follow through. And I just can't follow someone who can't even follow through. I don't know. Does that make any sense?
I understand what you're and want to apologize on behalf of all of us.
Good. Thank you.
Perhaps being not as but happening a very short. Sorcerer. That has certainly surpassed all expectations. Amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Powerful. Many of us.
Well, now I'm glad you finally recognize that.
Recognize that first.
So with that said, how about we cut to the chase? And it's you and I and Shunka here. What do we do about Zanner?
Cutting to the chase. Thank you. We have always and shall have to always function as a team. This is what has brought us this far. This is what has allowed us to be successful against every evil we have faced. That is what makes us different than our adversary. That we worked, care for you, because we care about this realm, and we care what happens to you, whereas those that we battle do not. And in that caring, we have to at times accept that others have faults. And yes, there has who have keyed in particular fault. Not being genuine, not being honest, he is not at his best. I think you have fantastic of pointing that out to him. Thank you.
Thank you.
He is now well aware, and I believe my discussions actively changing. I can tell you though, the thing that I have brave, he is strong, he is the original defender, and yes,
What will it take for you to see? He's a good guy. I'm not saying he's not a good guy. He's been nice. What will it take for any of you to see that he is failing as a member of this group? I'm new and I'm seeing that. I think everyone's just so caught up in the history of the group. I know you've all been together this whole time or whatever, but
we have fought anything.
The cowardice, the lies, the not being there, the timidness. Does someone have to die?
Does someone have to die, Yulene?
Because I almost died.
You did. And we have had many of our friends die this quest, trying to save the realm from the evil that now take it. We are fighting amongst ourselves. We are doomed. It is over. We are already done. If we cannot work together, we will all die. This realm will die. It will be cast into darkness and death for all time. Whatever faults you're recognizing and seeing in Zanner, whatever shortcomings you believe he has, they are at this time less important and immaterial to what we are now in need of accomplishing. Zanner will and shall contribute to that. So whatever you're thinking his shortcomings are, that's fine. I understand. You have been instructed by him. He has taught you many things. As you said, you are grateful for those. And now it is perhaps time for you to move to other mentors and other people who may also teach you things.
So
and
what?
that you
You're
may
kicking
also
me out now?
No. No. I am offering to say that we will take you under our wing. I will take you under mine. I will show you what magics I know. I will show you what wisdoms that I might possess if you so choose to take them in.
I would love that, but I think an unpredictable sorcerer is far worse than one we can rely on, and that's where we're disagreeing. And I think I understand what you're saying. I'll be nice to him. I think he's far more dangerous. just this last battle with Shale is proof enough. So I think I've heard you. Is there anything else?
Can I roll for patience?
I want to re-roll that high roll.
There's not, Yelena.
All right. And she walks out, opens the door, goes into the main room, and walks past you, Zanner, and says, well, I hope you're happy. Sildren now is all behind you. Good job.
I'm gonna kill that bitch.
She walks on by.
Thanks.
Sildren, you still have a magic staff in your belt there, your bag of holding.
I do. Sildren's just gonna sit there for a little while and just meditate. Yeah. Wooza. Yeah, he's definitely just sitting and meditating for a little bit, thinking on how we've gotten ourselves here, being ruled over by a petulant child.
All right. A couple of you went outside the half-broken doors out onto the bridge. This is a wide bridge. It is also a longish bridge, several hundred feet into a smaller fortress perched on an island. You also know at the far end, right where that bridge meets, somewhere in there is some sort of stone walkway or something that leads down to a mini dock, something along those lines, some weird view magical light, something like that. But on the bridge here, you see nothing but some frost and ice, particularly just outside the door. And you see there are some damage to stone and claw marks and such that are just outside the door. And looking around, you are blasted by a blizzard, intense cold, some of the most intense cold you have ever experienced. And the two of you who went out, Yaru and Palik, need to both make fortitude saves, please.
Palik, I don't know if this will help or not, but has Averon coat that she won in a dagger tossing.
Add +2.
34 for Yaru. Any success is critical.
Okay.
Fortitude.
For fortitude as well. Monks, nice.
42.
42. All right. Palik, you are totally fine. And Yaru, you take just 15 points of cold damage.
I'm in a robe. Sense.
Yeah. And
How much damage for
you
it?
can
1-5.
1-5. And that's going to happen roughly every 10 minutes or so, unless things get better. So you have about 10 minutes to look around, of which you see this. Both of you actually can make perception rolls, and we'll take the higher of the two rolls.
31. 31. Willing to re-roll if I have to.
It's up to you.
I'll use one of my hero points. Sure, why not?
Oh, yeah, you.
Plenty. Let's see. Worse. 27.
29 then is the highest. You see both of you on the left side of the bridge. Down below, there are 24 leather-wrapped looking eggs, which you believe are actually the coleums that are crouched down and with their wings covered over. They are out on the frozen ice that's down there and just resting, somewhat evenly spaced, and it's hard to see with all the snow blasting around. Again, they're 50 feet down and maybe 100 feet away, and you can just make out their little forms. And it's just wind howling, the snow's pelting you in the eyes and face you're covering.
Think we can take them?
I think we can get past them.
Why do we need to get past them?
We can get inside. That would be help.
But they're like down on...
They're down below on the water
Yeah.
and off to the side.
Oh,
I don't think we need to go down unless... I think maybe they're guardian heroes?
They are...
this is where it happened, right?
This is where it happened, but you don't... They're about 100 feet away from the bridge, and Brunos did not fall 100 feet that way.
He was like frozen. I'm sorry. He was frozen in place, I believe.
No, he dropped down,
Oh, he did. Oh, okay.
but he didn't drop out 100 feet. And anyone listening, by the way, this was Sir Brenos' the previous character who was a knight who went toe to toe and was slain here.
But it's a long walkway to a building on the other side, correct?
Yeah, you are
fortress is
on
on the
a
other
half-mile
Yeah.
long bridge. You're
Yeah.
on near the end of. I know.
But do we go around them and go inside and fight them in?
I think where we have to go is across the bridge. We've been in this building. We definitely didn't see what we're looking for there. The sphere was not here. It was not in this building.
Let's.
We need to go that way. But I wanted to come out and look for our buddy.
Do you think finding Brenros is of great importance?
Well, it's
I will go with
certainly
you.
not more important than destroying the Rift Sphere.
Perhaps we can destroy the Rift Sphere and then find.
If we
that
have
drives off the
time, we
Colium.
can always come back. It's easy to get here.
Destroying the Rift Sphere killed the Colium, correct? Memory serves, right? Destroying the
well,
Rift
it-
Sphere
it certainly-
greatly damaged them.
Certainly screwed us up when we destroyed it.
Of course, but it knocks them.
We should all run away and have Yelena destroy.
Have Yelena stay here.
Yeah, maybe you're not
Fight
getting
them
my
herself.
maybe you're not getting my drift. Well, let's go.
Malik, I
Let's
will
go
follow
tell the rest what we saw. We saw a bunch of these little dragon guys down.
We will.
And
Yeah, we'll go back
go
inside.
back.
Okay.
So Soren had been sitting in that chamber, and then there was the ice feature that was in that same chamber because he was in with
Covering the door.
Yeah.
outside.
Yo, there was a wall of
Yeah.
ice blocking.
With-
a very
with-
90-degree, perfectly sheer
Right.
wall blocking the other door. Yes.
with something
Yes.
with some irregularities.
Correct.
Soren is looking at those.
All right. You look at the irregularities. They are white claw marks that are in the shape of symbols, all of which you have already read on the scroll.
Exactly the same.
Exactly the same. Just the symbols. No words of any.
That probably means something. Okay. Soren will. Yeah. Yeah, the rest of the group.
Zanner zips in to start looking at them, referring to the symbols.
All right. You see there is a collection of 5 symbols, then a collection of 3 symbols, then a collection of 2 symbols in a top, middle, bottom section. The symbols themselves are maybe a foot in diameter, roughly, so they're kind of big. And make an Arcana roll.
Ow. That's awesome. Be a 43.
Whoa! You have identified that there is magic upon this that will send locational information if wrong magic is used.
Whoa. What's going on?
That could be used to some advantage, depending on who that brings. Because we know all of our ambushes and traps work so well.
May bring something we're not quite ready.
Well, today, yes. But we're gonna go seek out Shale and apparently go take on Char Ice.
I think the Rift Sphere is on the other side of this wall, possibly at the other side of the bridge. We just gotta figure out a way to get through this, and then we can get down there. Wrong kind of magic. It's made of ice. Thinking if I try to burn it or melt it,
Oh, punch
that's gonna be a
it.
problem, right?
Mm-hmm. It would.
Same 5 symbols, same order.
Same 5 symbols at the top, same 3 symbols in the middle, same 2 symbols on the bottom.
Ironically, destroy open seal, out suppress.
How many rift spheres over there?
So that there's agent, that there's Ivor.
And we've destroyed the one in Iveron, and we're now going for this. And if we're going to go after Char Ice, we should have finished our task in Dakar. But no, we had to fight a dragon.
Decisions they were made.
Mm-hmm.
So Zanner attempts to touch one of the symbols.
Okay.
He took and touched the.
All right, you touch that symbol, and it's a white symbol that then glows a little bit brighter white, but nothing else happened.
I feel like it's a code. So what I'm going to try doing, so that everyone knows, I'm going to touch the Maginor symbol with the 2 circles in the line. Then I'm going to say, seal, open.
Everyone's gathered around Zanner. Yelena,
Children's back.
Yelena leans into you, Yaru, and says, "Is this a good idea?"
Yelena, you have to trust us at some point.
I trust you, and I'm asking you.
And I trust Zanner with my life.
Ah,
I trust you the very same. Do not take my word for granted.
okay.
Zanner touches Maginor again one more time.
Okay.
If it stays white,
It's goes blink.
woo, I was reading backwards. I wanted to make sure that I'm going to tell it to open Maginor seal, not Maginor seal open. That's backwards. That doesn't make sense. There it's okay. So watch this. Zanner's going to hit the circle,
Okay.
open. He's then going to hit Maginor, which is the barbell or glasses,
All right. Open lights up. Maginor symbol lights up.
and then I'm going to press seal, triangle.
When you press seal, it lights up as well, and the open goes blank.
Hmm. All right.
You have 2 lights, Maginor and
Maginor and
seal. They said Chris's mic when you turned it up.
So, Zanner's gonna unpress the triangle and repress open. Maginor open.
Say it one more time.
So turning off the triangle,
Okay.
turning on the circle.
Okay.
Maginor open.
Done. Nothing happened.
Nothing happens.
They're lit up.
Zanner's gonna go toward the cloud, the third one down.
Mm-hmm.
Press suppress.
Okay.
Someone
Maginor open suppress, top to bottom.
All right.
check what's going on.
We'll have an eye on that.
All right, Yar, you poke your head out, make another fortitude saving throw.
Make Bleak, will you mind doing that?
I had a feeling.
We'll do it.
All right.
We still get +2.
Yes,
41.
you're good.
Oh, thank you.
But like she goes out with Yaru, but only Palik comes back. Where's Yaru? I had to cut him loose.
And Yelena tears, I'm sure.
Yeah. All right, you look outside. You see nothing unusual. Make a perception roll. Give you another shot.
42.
Ooh.
There's a blizzard again, blasting. You're covering your face. You're looking, and then there's a brief pause, and you see your numbers are off. You believe there is several hundred of them out there, and then most of them get blurred by the blizzard.
Don't. I'll like keep like close to the door so I can like.
We're all
walk back in.
fine.
Yeah.
It's all fine. I'm gonna go to the English. Leave now.
And I don't say anything.
All
Just
right,
kinda
I don't
like,
blame you.
"Oh."
That frightened one to group. All three of the symbols, which were Maginor,
Open. Yes.
flash one time, and they all disappear, and the ice fades and shrivels and melts away, and there are just the symbols suspended in the air. They look rather translucent, but the ice they were on is gone, and there's just a doorway behind you now, or behind it.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so happy you didn't Screw that up.
I think it works. I hope we can all go through at the same time. So, who wants to try the door?
Yeah, go.
Bolly.
After you.
Ollie goes first.
Don't you think it might be a good idea for us to figure out what's going to happen with all the loot that we just found?
I didn't find any loot.
Right
Who's
now?
keeping?
You want to hold on to some gold? Will that make you feel better?
I'd rather hold on to my staff.
Well, calling it your staff is
Children does pull the
wearing
staff
some
out.
big britches there.
Right, I'm going. This is silly. How do I open this door?
And he tosses it. to Elena.
Ooh, I
like
kinda- oh.
like toss like he would to like anybody else in the group, just trusting that catch it.
All right.
She
Drops it and then picks it up.
kicks it around a bit while
Sildren
she's
just
chasing.
like just no expression, just down
All right.
and then looks away.
She looks proud and happy with her very nice staff.
We're gonna regret this.
Yep.
All
I have
right.
the Stone Father's blessing, and I'm in a good mood. Let's do this.
Makes one. Go.
You make your way through. There is a small chamber that has a bunch of little statues of some old Chiloran gods. Yeah, you would know. We have someone who's master in religion. Aren't you master in religion?
Master
So
in
you
religion.
don't know specifically which gods they are, but you do recognize them as old Chiloran gods. And then right outside's another big door you do have to push open, and you are now on the main long half-mile bridge with nothing between you and the other larger fortress on the other island except this long bridge and a whole lot of snow. You can't see it. It's blocked by the snow. But and Palik, yes, you can see more of these resting dragonkin out there, the Coleum out there.
On the bridge.
Nope.
Down below.
Down
okay.
on the icy water.
Those. How big are those statues?
They are slightly larger than man size, so 7 feet tall. And they look like they've been clawed at and defaced a little bit.
What are these statues of?
Is it Alzheimer's as a feat you've selected?
Yes.
They are. I specifically said Bali. They are Chiloran gods, of which you don't know the exact names. But I'm waiting for you to say it again. I know you were going to say it again. Don't even start.
Yeah, no, it's. Yeah, Palik will be right behind Bali, not like next to him.
Okay. You guys are marching out across the bridge.
So what's the plan?
Yeah, we're gonna
The plan is
destroy the
Bali's
rest
going
of you,
first.
right?
Hey,
Who's
go,
following?
go fast. And
Okay.
these are fortitudes?
As you are making your way across the bridge, I need everyone.
I need to cast a spell. A plume of radiant energy just boom, bursts over everyone, and there is a resistance to cold 15 on everyone.
Wow. How many people does it?
10.
10.
Yep.
Wow.
10. It's
For
a
how
big
long?
spell. 10 minutes. Should be
Perfect.
Quite a while. but-
Wow.
Nice and warm out here.
Stripping down.
It's getting a little sweaty.
What does that look like magic-wise, just real fast?
Like I just described, with a plume of
Plume?
energy.
Sorry, I didn't hear the plume.
Okay,
What
it's
were the
all,
statues again?
You guys have an Alzheimer's off?
I'm picturing like the water light wave that comes off of Magneto in the movie.
Oh, there you go.
And like everybody with
Okay.
Except this sticks.
All right. You guys then start making your way across the bridge. It is cold. It is blustery. The wind's hitting you, but you feel nice and warm and toasty.
Don't look down. It's a long way. Nobody look down.
Thorin, of course, is looking down.
All
He
right.
doesn't look down.
Sildren, you see lots of these Coleum down there.
Oh my God! Don't look down. Don't look.
I
Never,
told you.
Never look down. That was.
I told you, don't look down.
Hurry up.
You make your way across this bridge. It seems like forever. You lose sight of the tower behind you out on your side of the bridge and continue to make your way, which means you have lost sight of your exit. And you continue to make your way. And you reach finally the end of the bridge, half-a-mile walk. That was a fantastic spell, Bolly.
Mm-hmm.
As you reach the end, there is a huge, wide, long set of stairs that rise up to the tower. It's a bit of a cliff face, and these stairs go up to the tower. You can see up at the top there is a single Colium soldier who is standing there at the top, who is looking towards the fortress and has just one wing curled around him and another just open as some sort of minor guard duty.
Sneak up on the thing and kill it.
Of course. So yeah, Leek will
All right.
creep up and rapier to the back of the head.
All right, make a sneaky roll. Stealth roll, please. And add +4.
47.
Good God.
Sort of like that video game where you like.
This is mine.
Uh-huh.
All right. You immediately go up to this guy and stab him where?
Right in the base of the neck,
Okay.
base of the skull.
And drop him instantly.
Nice. Perfect. She'll do it quick.
All right.
Of
Any
course.
loot?
We're catching up.
You find 14 silver on this guy and something else of interest.
A heart.
Where is it at? There it is. There it is. You find a slightly warm stone that's heavily wrapped in cloth. That you don't think is a normal stone.
Oh. She'll sit there, standing over the body, looking super.
All right.
Is it? It's Sildren. What is this?
Sort of takes a look at it.
All right. I think that's going to take you an hour or two to
Yeah.
identify.
Here, let me check. And he hands it. Just hands it nonchalantly to Zanner.
I thought you would know about rocks.
You know,
This is a
I'm not a
weenie rock.
rockologist.
Xander, make a nature or occult roll, please.
So I will roll a
Ooh, can I can take nature. I can do the nature.
This will
fancy
take
occult
you.
roll. Occult, that's 36.
Okay, you have identified after just a couple actions, right?
One.
One action.
God dang, is that fast?
Yeah.
You identified this as what's called a Bonmoen, not Bonmo, Bonmoen swapping stone.
Oh, like the.
Bon Moen swapping stone, obviously.
It's a Bon Moen swapping stone.
What's the Bon Moen swapping stone?
That's an excellent question.
Zanner?
All right, this is a stone that it has a bit of warmth and it constantly shifts a little bit of iridescent color within. For one action, you can interact with the stone, and with that action, also throw it 100 feet. The stone then casts Dimension Door on you and transports you to itself, then destroys the stone.
Oof.
One use only.
You throw it 100 feet and just boop.
And
And
just
so-
pulls you with it.
Yeah, so it's a
Wow.
it's a Dimension Door spell particularly for people who don't have Dimension Door. In addition, though, you can instead hurl the stone at a creature, make a ranged strike against the creature using a ranged weapon attack, and then it has a 15-foot range. So the further away from 15, every multiple I think is -2 or something like that. So it's not huge range. But on a hit, the stone shatters against the creature and Dimensions Door the creature and teleporting it right next to you.
God.
It has a chance to make a 31 will save to prevent that. So you can pull something close to you. The closer it is, the easier it is to make that happen.
And it comes with a warning: do not drop in hole.
Mm-hmm. Leak or Pearcy?
That's my thoughts too, and I'll snatch it out of your hands.
Pearcy has a little better distance than.
I'm coming. Ugh.
Yeah, that's true.
3 feet good for you?
Or, hey, you need healing? Boom, cut
Yeah.
over here.
That's true.
15 feet.
All
I
right.
think I think you all have too much faith in his throwing ability, number one. But hey,
Well, it's just a
Take it,
15-foot
take
throw.
it.
You continue further up into this fortress. This is an old fortress that has changed hands many times over the centuries. It is of an old construction. It has not been well maintained over the years, and certainly not well maintained as it's been recently occupied over the last few months by the Coleum army of Char Ice. Her dragonkin have been over this for quite a while. You guys have dealt with them here several times. So there's damage to the walls. There's old parapets that used to have weapons like ballistas and catapults. Those are long gone because they were wooden, but you can see where they've been. You can imagine them fighting off warships from long ago. Bali, you can still sense religious symbology carved in. Again, not identifying these specific gods, but this seems to have also been a slightly holy defensive fortress back in the day. And Zanner, make an Arcana roll. Make an Arcana roll 33.
Xander's going to use assurance for 34.
Okay, nice.
it may not matter for Zanner at this time, but Bali is sharing with him there is significant religious items around and whatnot.
Zanner, make a society roll.
We'll give him guidance.
Oh, okay. Also
Plus
30.
one.
Also 33.
With no, that's not.
You identify that this.
Yelena was right. Wow.
Jeez.
Wow.
We love you, Zanner.
You identify that this area has an abundant amount of chaotic energy to it. You can't quite get a specificity to, but you think could prove chaotic to spells or magic used in the area, and getting more chaotic the closer you get into this main fortress section.
Makes sense a little bit. So you guys, if you recall, a long time ago when we were on the other island on our way to Majonor's, there was that statue of the Great Wizard, and I flew through where its hand would have been in the Great Statue, and I got this wild, effective magic that was really chaotic. We're getting closer to more of that. I think Majonor dealt with a lot of wild magic, and so there's chaos all over the place around us, specifically for spellcasting. Yelena! This is a warning for you. Please be careful. Around chaotic magic, your spells will not always work the same way.
Yeah, what about mine?
You're probably fine. No.
Yeah,
All
I'm gonna
magic
try
is
it.
weird. Chaos magic can affect anybody. So be on the alert.
She just looks around.
Cool.
Sildren goes from nodding to just shaking his head. Okay.
Okay.
Sildren will draw sword and shield at this point, knowing that magic is effective.
Okay. And you guys continue on then. Continuing on into the fortress, you come across a door, a big double door. There's ways around the sides. Think of maybe maybe not World War II, maybe like a Civil War fort, but made of stone. So it's kind of a blocky shape. It's got walls on the side, but you can go around. But there on what you've approached is the big double door entrance. This door looks different from the others. It has its metal looks brand new. It's an iron door, different than all the others, and that's it. Yes. Oh. Nope, not with the snow. Ignore me. Still blizzard blasting.
Perception for children?
Nope.
Bleak would like to approach
His
the door
masterful
and
nature?
check it.
All right. I'll roll. Thank you. Secret roll. The door's trapped. Yes.
Sorry.
Damn it!
Can Palik disarm the trap?
Yes, you believe there is a chance. It is a part physical, part magical trap that you think that there is a strange trigger that will move. And if there's a separation of the door, it will trigger a glyph trap of some sort that will erupt a lot of ice. And with that in mind, you also don't know what that means with the chaos stuff that Zanner was talking about. There's a chance for you to disable. You have thieves' tools, I absolutely assume.
Of course.
There's a chance you might be able to disable that and keep the glyph from being broken and be able to crack the door open enough. But that involves a roll. It is a thievery roll of 32 or higher, and you need 2 successes.
The rest of us will walk away
Walk
from
away, all right.
Abby. We'll let you have your
That roll counts, whatever it is.
concentration. We'll just be.
All right.
And it cast a wall of stone. Between Bleak and everybody
Right
else.
behind it.
38.
38 is success.
38.
Okay.
Nice.
Never doubted you for a minute.
Wall of stone goes back down.
You're able to disable the trap, but you can't open the door much more than enough for people to squeeze through. But right behind the door, you see is clear ice, perfect wall of clear ice with some symbols that are carved into it.
Zanner! I did my part. And don't screw this up. Please.
Zanner walks up to the door, squeezes his way in to see of ice.
Okay, you see a wall of ice. You also see there is a Colium mage who is asleep with his little Dracula wings wrapped around him, and he starts to stir a bit after the yelling of Palik and Zanner to come check a look at this thing. So you just see him kind of stirring. You see the robe underneath, but he isn't fully awake. And what are you doing, Zanner?
Checking the wall. It looks like it's the same.
It's the exact same symbols as before.
Okay, Zanner's going to do the same thing in Maginor. Open.
You press all of those 3 symbols, they all light up in unison, and then the ice melts away, leaving just ghostly little symbols in the space behind.
Okay.
How far away was...
The Colium mage is 40 feet away.
Yaru rushes in.
All right.
So they're basically
so
they
past Zanner?
knock Zanner over.
I got it! All right. You guys go racing in, and...
I'll let Palik take it. She can.
All right. Palik, take 2 attack rolls. And go ahead and make some attack rolls yourself, Yarrow. You guys take 2 actions worth, Yarrow.
43
Oh, my God. That's probably 3
Whatever-
attacks.
whatever
and
you
33.
Those are 2 hits.
Those would
Ooh,
be critical.
good. That'll be a total of 40
Oh,
for
yeah,
the
yeah,
first
yeah. Hold on, let me
flurry.
double check.
Another.
Because if 33 is a hit, 43 is a crit.
Yeah, good check. Let me double check my math.
Another 40
Yep.
for a flurry. Two 40s and a 35.
2 40s and a
35.
all 3 hits. Don't roll any damage. You guys decimate this guy before he can even. He just see. Oh! And he starts to cast a spell. Stabbies and punches, and he is gone. You see, you are in a weapons rack room with stone weapon rack things that used to hold weapons. There are no weapons there anymore. You see, there is a 3 different smaller doors that are slightly ajar, and you can hear a whole bunch of whirly, airy magic sounds coming from these 3 doors.
Kind of sounds.
Whirly, airy magic sounds. And you can see there is bright white light shining through, like they're trying to come through the other side with Carol Ann from Poltergeist.
Once everyone comes through the door, Xander's going to close the door behind and same different symbol. Hit Agenor, so glasses, seal, suppress.
Okay.
So Agenor, triangle,
You do that, all those symbols light up at once, and ice reforms amongst those symbols.
Zanner,
What's that?
you figured out the Colium puzzle.
Yes, we'll talk about it later.
He presses Yaru, shut up, and now.
Yeah, we should be.
It's like that golden doodle that can push all the.
It really is.
Let's be quiet, because we don't need to attract more attention.
It's easy that time.
And Bleak will loot that guard. She just-
And certain knife that comes out that's a carving knife.
Ooh,
Mage.
he is a lieutenant type guy. That's right. You guys are fighting over the body for different reasons.
Yeah.
You find 25 silver on this guy, but nothing else of interest. You might find a heart. Survival roll
35.
is a successful.
Oh yes, 35.
Is a successful heart reclaimed. Colium heart.
Thanks.
A single chamber heart, as these creatures are known for. All right.
Only the weird ones have 2.
Yeah. The,
It's
the
a birth defect.
Gallifreyan. All right. What's happening?
So 3 doors, all 3 of them have the same light coming.
Yes.
Boring map.
Puzzle map.
Kick them all at once or one by one?
I mean, it could be different rooms. They could be 3 different entrances in the same room. That doesn't seem to make a lot of sense, but it's possible. What if? There's 6 of us, right? So what if one of each of
7.
us? There's 7 of us with Yelena.
Rolls her eyes.
Count. She's part of this group.
Yeah.
8 of us with the little puppy.
We could do 2 in each door. Doesn't anymore. My math is off. I don't know.
I'm gonna go through this
Are there-
one here.
Are there any symbols adorning the floor?
Nope.
On the doors?
Nope.
All right, each martial fighter take a caster. Let's go.
Hold your hands.
Get a
Don't lose your buddy.
Don't lose your casting, buddy.
Palik's gonna walk towards the furthest one to the left.
Okay.
I think we should all probably be together while doing this. So
On the same door.
I mean, not like crowded
So-
together,
so
but
lot of us
sort
to
of
go through
probably.
one door
I
at
would
once.
say
Wally goes left.
in sort of a.
Wally walks on ahead
Why
and
not?
goes
Just
left.
Everybody go
All
in
right.
whatever fucking door you want.
Elena's just. Oh my God.
That's because he's a talking.
I feel led.
Bali goes first. Bali, you walk out through this door and find yourself on a balcony, and all 3 doors lead out to the same balcony. This is a 4-railing balcony that looks down into a inner courtyard, and there is cloud and blizzardy sky above you. And the source of it all is here. What you see are 12 Colium mages are here. They are arranged in a couple different clumps. They have a Colium brute, who's a bigger guy you've run into sometime before. He's probably one of the largest Colium guys. He appears to be being drained of some sort of energy or power from him, being sacrificed, and the energy is being pulled into a rift sphere, a sphere of ice-cold swirling magic you've run into several times before, and I believe the reason why you guys came here. And so it's this big process and ceremony that they're all here. There is also a Colium soldier on the far side of this railing, and it's 10, 20, it's probably 140 feet across, and he's just kind of leaning over and watching, and for the immediate few seconds doesn't get a chance to even notice you, at least Bali, in the first few coming through. However, that is the least interesting thing in this room. The most interesting thing is next to this rift sphere. My computer's suddenly lagging. Worst time ever. Well, we'll wing it. We'll do it live, damn it. What you see next to it is, there we go, a mound of sharp ice at strange angles that is about 15 feet tall. That is, Zanner, go ahead and make an Arcana roll for me real fast.
29. You know what Xander's? No, 29.
29. You're good. And it is emanating a ton of energy and blasting a ton of it up into the air and the sky. And in addition, you see there are 3 smaller, unpowered, weak spheres next to it floating in the air that are collecting cold and dust from it as well.
So the mini spheres are surrounding that.
Yes. And it's just tremendous shing kind of airy sound. It's very loud and tons of wind blowing around. It doesn't seem to bother the dragonkin. You guys are blocking yourselves. And that's what you all see as you all kind of stumble out into this area. Still warm from Bali.
You said there's one Colium on this level with us?
This level, opposite side.
Back.
Yeah, I do. I can go in and stab the
I can.
ball.
I can. Oh, you
Kill a
yeah?
lot of
Get off the
these.
balcony! Get off the balcony! Trying to pull everyone back
Yeah.
in.
All right, everyone goes back
Goes back
through the
in.
door. You're now inside the safety of the weapons room.
Have surprise. Charge in. Stab ball. Boom. Remember the last time?
I do remember. It's exceptionally dangerous.
It's very dangerous.
Get a lot, but there's
Gotta do it.
all the little spheres too.
Yes.
They look like Colium sparks. The
The more
Colium
reason-
sparks didn't take a
Unpowered.
lot, but when we took them out when we were fighting before, it did damage to everyone around them. It really hurt the Coliums for them.
And me.
Zanner, make another Arcana roll.
The 36.
What was the first part of what you said? That determines my response. Bali said something and you responded. I missed that part.
So he talking about the big one.
Okay.
I was talking
What's the big one?
the rift sphere, right? Talking about
Rift
the-
sphere,
the
yep.
Okay.
Stabbing that.
Bali realized that his weapon didn't work, but his clan dagger certainly did. It needed a piercing weapon, and he makes stabby motions and talks about how it blew up at that
Blue-
point.
Yeah, right. It's a fire, and Zanner was talking about the small ones, little ones, looked like Colium sparks. Those were destroyed. Knocked everyone out, everyone down when we've been in fights with them. So we might be able to, without putting ourselves in major danger right up front, be able to take out the little ones and knock everyone down before
Yeah.
we can.
Point of order.
Those little
Weren't you
ones were
talking about
unpowered.
chaotic magic and whatnot? We've got to go in. Can't do.
With that, and you rolled a 36? That's still pretty damn high. Zanner, you believe with your knowledge of magic and sorcery and the chaos you've been talking about recently that the source of that chaos is coming from this ice concept. This this big thing of ice that's like, what did I say, 12 feet tall or something like that. So that is a massive amount of chaos. And you think when Bali goes, you think if that were to happen to that thing, it would be cataclysmic.
That's probably not the warning you think that is with our group.
So
That's just the name of the next
So,
episode.
quick, another point of order. Yaru has something called Colium Dragonkin lore.
Okay.
Do I know what that thing is? Based on my interaction with the Spark last time?
Make a roll for that.
I don't want to count that.
No, it doesn't count.
Natural 20.
It's right here.
Right time for
Page
this.
1.
Who doesn't know what this is?
Zanna! Zanna,
Yes.
That is much more dangerous than you know.
You believe this is what has been referred to in some old, I don't know how you picked this up, old studies from the books in your temple, we said?
we destroyed a spark, and it like
Oh, it
absorbs
absorbed.
into me.
Yeah, I
so
gotcha.
I have Coleum.
Yeah. All right. So you have this vision of you as a dragonkin, and you are on the warpath, and you are being told that you need to create spheres, and that you have found, as a collective army or Char Ice has found, and is directing you all to set up a new base in Magenor's fortress to the south, where she has found a fabled location called the Coleum Rift within the chaotic magic of Magenor's fortress. And with this, with some key sacrifices of key Coleum dragonkin, she can create rift spheres, and it is the source of creating rift spheres and continued source of creating rift spheres, and natural freaking 20. And
I am a master in this.
yes. And this has to be treated with extreme caution because, again, if destroyed, it would create a massive, almost mini nuke amount of damage.
There's nothing friendly in Is that correct?
Lots of blizzardy ocean water or frozen ice.
Well. What do we have here?
What?
We have cataclysm.
So what do we do?
Well, we
Thank you
cannot
for-
just go in and stabby stab.
Yes, we can. It's dragons.
We have to be delicate about which item we stab.
It'd mean the end of us all.
End of one of us. The rest leave.
What are you proposing, Malik?
Let's go back to the Nexus and one person does the stabby stab.
My idea, I stay then.
Or someone casts fire on it.
Yeah, worried about the whole magic thing.
She's looking right at Zanner.
I don't know how easily it can be destroyed. I know the Coleum sparks were pretty easily taken out with fireballs. The wrist sphere was shrunk the first time you stabbed it, Molly. Brought down to size from the Coleum mage. Hatrick helped us with that. Attacking the sphere at full size or this could be absolutely devastating. I could throw a giant fireball at it.
Yeah, but we don't know what that would do.
True.
Zanner,
We do know that stabbing it causes a massive destruction.
You
kill
gotta get
whoever
down there,
stabbed it.
though, but yeah.
Zanner,
Stab
you are
smash.
capable of becoming fire itself, are you not?
And
Which would make you immune to any such blast, possibly?
But you've cast the magic then.
as fire, I am immune to other fire, but I am certainly, in fact, I'm a bit more sensitive to cold. Ice. Yelena, you're holding a sorcerer's shard.
Mm-hmm.
That is a source of major power, like we talked about, made by fireballs. With the use of that shard, we might be able to create a blast so extreme that it could, in fact, possibly destroy that Coleum.
And you do it on delay.
Yeah,
Put a
we
timer.
keep jumping past the point where you've
Like
cast the
a
spell
death award.
in the wild magic area. It's wrong. It's like crossing the streams. You don't want to do that, right?
It's a little bit like that.
I just want to make sure because we're going from A to C. I'm wondering about the B.
And which is B, Bali?
Bolly.
B is Polly. B is casting any of the magic. He says in a hushed tone.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's physical or magical. Those are our two options. And if it is physical, the person there, guaranteed, I can think of no fathomable way they survive that experience.
There are 12 in that room,
Yes.
and one brute. Yeah, that weighs heavy on ours.
We can take out a great number of the Colium, but these are magical users. They have powers we cannot fathom, and they could cause a
We can
distraction to us. I mean, I speak for. I think it is worth a try to destroy it, but it must be done quickly. With all the power we can muster, and looking at Yelena.
Why are you looking at me?
Because it seems that power has gone to your head recently, Yelena. You almost snapped at Sildren for not giving you that staff.
And so you're sacrificing me to this ice thing?
In what way did you hear me say I sacrifice you? You are now putting words in my mouth.
Yeah, we could keep the tones down just a bit.
Enough of your bickering, Yelena. It is about life and death.
My death?
Our death.
What are you saying?
I'm saying that each of us are willing to give our lives for this cause without complaint. And you complain about not getting enough gold or items to share.
What is your proposal? What are you suggesting?
I do not know how the Sorcerer's Shard works, as Zanner has said, but if that is our greatest source of strength, one of you must choose to do this. We will not force you.
Leaving behind can't be bad.
And it would obviously come down to me.
Your arrogance grows tiresome.
And if you're asking me to do this,
Nobody's
your
asking
words.
you to do anything. You mean
You're weird.
nobody's
Not
asking
as
you
easy
to-
as
Can we, some way, create enough energy in the shard it to backfeed? Can that be done in a occurs over a period of time? You just need to toss that in, leave.
I have only ever heard of a sorcerer's shard. I've never used one before. The way I've seen them used is as a great source of power. Like the energy that was put into it gets exalted through it into a spell, and so it just makes the spell exceptionally strong. I don't know about casting a spell back into the shard so that it would have an explosion on its own. I've never seen it happen like that. But to Bali's point from earlier, maybe we don't have to go straight from being in stealth mode like we are right now, being hidden, and just going right to blowing up the Colium Rift. It's possible we could lure some of the mages away, or possibly have the battle first, and once this room is cleared out, then we could find a way to destroy it.
We could take. Well, no problem. But remember when we were out on the bridge and I said don't look down?
Yes.
Yeah, there's.
I didn't look down. I was
You
good.
did very good. Because if you
Hey.
would have looked down, Sildren can tell you there are hundreds more Dragon King. So, yes, we can take these 12 out, but can we take them out before they notify cousins downstairs?
And then on top of that, destroy whatever we have to destroy. Shit. And as we know, that we can.
And the door on the way back is closed.
Yeah, Zanner closed.
It's right there. I can just open it real quick. Right behind us.
Just,
And I saw how to open it, right? We all saw that.
You
Glasses circle cloud.
could. I'm not sure how it works, but perhaps you could open the door to another location. And if they come running towards us, they go through the door, end up. I'm not sure if that's how the magic works, but
I don't really know either.
I would also like lots of candy. I don't know if that's how magic works.
it did in Kazam. That's exactly how it worked.
Mouthful of candy corn.
Your pattern to send them to the Kareth.
Is there another option of why are we set on this course? Aren't we supposed to be dealing with dragons?
Have you not been along with us?
I'm just off.
You
How
know-
come every time I say anything now, everyone's turning on me?
Because you've
She
been
stands next to Bolly.
very sassy.
Get away. No.
And every time we have tried to speak to you, you have turned that back upon us. But this Rift Spear is a key to being able to defeat Char Ice. It shall weaken her. We cannot defeat her as she is, in her full strength and glory. The Rift Spear will help weaken and reduce her power and give us a better chance, slight as it might be,
Okay.
To defeat her.
Okay.
Thank you. Be listening.
Okay, I heard you.
So we're back at square one. What are we doing? So I've got dragons I want to kill. Whether these or Char Ice at a later date, I'd rather there be a later date too.
Dragons to kill?
Yeah.
I help with the killing of the dragons.
We go in. We take out the dragons that are there. Might have just enough time to also take out the Rift Sphere. I don't know about the Colium Rift.
Taking out the rift would take them all out, would it not?
It would certainly stop them from being able to create more.
Can you remember how when it was shrunken down? Patrick, do you know, can you do that? Because then we could take it away from the rift, the Colium Rift.
The Colium Rift. However we must accomplish it giving Char Ice power and getting much of the destruction we see. This is not something we behind us.
I'm not sure a rift is something that can be destroyed. Maybe it can be amended. But I think trying to destroy it would make it worse.
The rift is how this tower was built. This is why Maginor came up here. Do you remember? We were here before. That's what he sought the power from. That's why this whole fortress was put here. Because the rift was here first.
But Char Ice is making it a new home for her and her mad kin.
What if we could change?
Well, now you've lost me.
Well, it's a Colium rift, right? It's building rift spheres for the Coliums. What if we could convert its power to not be a Colium rift, but a fire-based Navarian rift? Creating our own source of power from.
Yeah, this is why I never became a wizard. It's just too high-minded.
And how do we do that, Zanner?
Don't know.
I know somebody who might know. Zanner, you remember the ghost in the other tower?
Yes.
I mean, I don't know, but
That's a possibility. Oh, if we could only speak with the Wizards of Azimir. That would have some amazing knowledge. They may be able to help us with this.
Yeah, I don't want to be that guy, but we don't have time for that.
I need that on a flashcard.
You're right. You're right though.
I wonder. Aru kind of goes into with the Maginor's eyepiece. Is impossible long shot. Is there any way he can gather a ghostly presence nearby?
Gather a ghostly presence nearby. No.
Towards- I'm wearing his clothes. Not a medium.
You also, Pearcy and Sildren are talking the least. You two notice a change in the sound. It's a little less airy sounding, magical airy sound from through the doors. Because you guys came back in.
More of anything else?
Nope, just a little
That's
bit
a good
less.
question.
Less airy.
More Godzilla. No.
It getting quieter in here.
Don't want to take a look?
All right. Palik creeps out low, staying underneath the little balcony. You can look through the stone slats that are just dripping with icicles still, and you take one off and can look and see. You see the Colium brute that was being affected by the magic lies dead, and he is now being scooped up carefully and by one of the mages, and then who flaps and starts to fly up through the opening that this little courtyard thing is in, and then flies up and flies away with the body. You see two more of the Colium brutes fly in, and they pass through the snow blizzard and land, one of which drops down on his knees, taking a relatively similar position to the last one who just died. The other one, though, goes over to a rift sphere that is no longer drawing energy from the ice rift. So it's now the sphere, and he is grabbing onto it very carefully and putting it close into him, and is getting words from some of the mages.
I have an idea. Crazy one.
Yeah, those are the best ones.
I can fly straight up. I can throw a super fire 500 feet away at the Colium. Everyone's already gone or back to the...
Remember the last one we destroyed was, and I don't know if shrinking it shrunk its power or not, but it it damaged way over 500 feet away.
I know. After I throw the fireball, I'd fly back as soon as possible to meet you. This is point. I'd fly over the bridge to get to there. But you would be safe in the Nexus. This would be a chance that we could possibly end all of it.
The explosion would be so great that it would destroy the Nexus point itself.
Maybe you should just fly up and up and up.
That's not helping.
It might keep him alive.
It might, if the depending on how high the a lot of water underneath, but I could feather fall.
Swim back to land.
Yeah.
What we're doing. This is a way to do it. Yelena, I'm going to need that shard if you have it.
Last-ditch effort, Zanner. Understand. We go to the Nexus and it is destroyed. There's no coming back for you.
Well, if I'm still up here, we're going to all head to Charvine in a day anyway.
Yelena hands you the powerful rift shard. She says, "Here, and I'll stay with him, and I'll be above you. And that way,
No,
if anything
Yelena.
happens to you, I can be there to help out. I'll fly above you.
No such thing.
It's not for you to decide.
It is.
No. And I'll be 1,000 feet above you. I may not even be able to see you, but I'll be there, and then you race up to me, and if anything happens, maybe I can be there or do something."
That's not a bad idea.
Yes, it is.
You have a better.
No idea is bad idea.
If we're leaving one behind, is there better chances they both get back with two behind?
Put up the protective ice walls both times when you cross over the bridge. You'll have 2 layers of extra protection. It will create obviously there'll be a detection magic if something happens to it, but it might be enough to stop all the force from getting. You won't be here, but you'll have that protection up.
How do we close it?
You press
A, A, B, B, up, down, up, down.
triangle,
That's right.
cloud.
Okay.
Did you just doom them, or did you tell them the correct ones?
So Mage Nor seal suppress.
Zanner, Yelena, are you sure about that?
Are you sure, Zanner?
Yes.
Then I'm sure.
I will be in contact with you by a time.
Zanner, is there anything? Gotta talk about this. I don't want to, but if you don't come back, anything you need done? Is there anything you have on you that? No, not even. I'm not even.
Oh, God. This is a pre-loot maneuver.
Not even a little bit what I'm trying to say.
Palik, gain a hero point.
Just don't want to waste resources.
Avoid the
Colin dibs.
Not even what I was
Yes, you
trying
are
to do.
bullshit. Nobody believes you.
No.
Malik, the one
Craig
thing I
will-
would ask is that you contact my family.
They're dead.
My family's up here.
Oh,
You
shit.
are all my family now. The one
Okay.
thing I will say, and I'm going to give this to you in protection, and Zanner reaches into his pack and hands you the Nexus key.
Oh.
Ooh.
Take charge. You keep everyone safe.
Isn't that due to go to a guild that's been waiting ever so patiently for? Yeah, all right.
Yelena hands you Sildren back the greater evocation staff, major evocation staff.
Like, great, like, gives her some grave eye contact and nods.
Can we use that? Is that possible that we could? That might be helpful for us.
You haven't identified it.
She's identified it.
Oh, she. Oh,
Yeah,
I
she's
mean-
got
No, you should leave it with her.
Wally goes
I mean,
to
if
start
they get
working
into
on
a
the door.
pinch-
Right?
Back at
There's no point in doing what I was.
Let's.
Yeah,
let's
so
leave
Soden
them-
will. You may need this.
He takes it.
Good luck to both of you. And Palik will dip in and give Zanner fucking massive ass, like the kiss of all kisses.
Oh!
The kiss of all kisses is a great episode.
Nice. Yeah, feeling heroic and very bashful at the moment. Why is everyone looking at me? I don't look.
Bag of holding isn't working.
That goes on a t-shirt.
Is that an evocation stat, or you just happened to see me?
It's major.
The bag just spilled.
Oh, that never happens. I'm so sorry.
I'm out of charges, sorry.
I will seal this door behind you, and I will give you 5 minutes. Get back to the Nexus before we launch our attack.
Okay, we're leave now.
Soon.
Will.
Bye.
Sildren kneels down, gives Yelena a hug, and says,
And you guys leave Zanner and Yelena behind
Again.
Yeah.
and walk out. The ice store is then sealed behind. And Zanner starts a little 5-minute timer in his mind as you walk across the bridge through the blizzard, past all the many, many sleeping dragonkin, and head towards the tower with the nexus point on the far side of this bridge. Yelena turns to you, Zanner, and says, as she just looks around trying to prepare herself, so I don't mean anything by this, but why are you doing this?
Lena, I'm the only one that can. I don't know why I was given the powers I have. I don't know where they came from. The only one in my family that's ever had this kind of magic. And I've always thought of myself as someone who could do more. Someone who could be a defender. To protect my home. Protect my friends, and now to kind of protect the place that I live. So I called myself a defender. Defender of Edlin Home. Defender of Mirskon. Defender of Navarre. Now defender of Varen. Maybe this is what I was for. I hope so. I don't believe that you and I met by chance. Sorcerer's shards are super rare. They don't just happen. There's always a cause. There's a reason for them. I think this might have been the reason that we met. Really appreciate you staying with me. It's gonna help my chance of survival a lot. But the chance isn't that I'm gonna survive at all. This has to be done. This is a way that we can save so many people, so many years. Maybe we'll be remembered, maybe we won't. I hope we succeed. I'm confident the defenders are going to win their battle, and we're going to help them get a lot closer by doing this. This is probably my life's purpose. And if it's not, it's going to be the biggest choice I've ever made.
Well, you have the shard, Sorcerer's Shard. I think you, I will say, are the more consistent sorcerer. And you have rescued me from not much of any kind of family or life. I think maybe there's more value in you helping the group onwards. What if we swapped places and you are 1,000 feet or 2,000 feet and I'm 500 dropping the fireball?
It's one thing to make a choice to sacrifice your own. Entirely another to make someone sacrifice. You're not a sacrificial lamb. You're a powerful sorceress that has a lot of ability need. We can use the two. I don't know. I think you are as strong as me. But you're not. I don't want you to die. This is a decision that I made, and I'm feeling good about it. But because of the fact that I made it doesn't mean I can deny you your decision. Do you really want to destroy the sphere, possibly lose your life
No,
as a defender?
I don't.
Then I don't think you should. You should do the choice that helps you continue to grow, helps you continue to defend. If you are going to be a defender of Varen, then you need to make the choices that do that. There are scary ones, that there are good ones, but it doesn't mean you have to choose the one that's going to end. I don't want to die either. Certainly don't plan to. But I am prepared to. Because this is the best chance we have.
Then she comes close and puts her arm on your shoulder and then comes in and gives you a big hug. Okay, then. Let's do this.
Okay.
The group arrives at the Nexus obelisk and goes through somewhat reluctantly, somewhat speedy, and travel through, unless you're doing anything unusual, back to the safety of the Nexus.
Yar's gonna ask, you have the ability to track them.
Equal.
Ice thing blocking off that section. Okay. All right. Zanner and Yelena, you guys take some elemental forms, fire on each of you, and step out and fly away and above this fortress in the middle of the blizzard, correct? All right, the two of you fly. You much more agile than she, but she is able to catch up. The two of you flaming silhouettes as you go up and up and up, melting the snow as you go. You get 500 feet above. You can just barely see where the opening of this open courtyard fortress area is. You can see a bright sliver of where that Colium rift is, I think is your target, you said?
Mm-hmm.
And Yelena then looks at you.
Yeah.
And Yelena then nods at you, Zanner, and flies up north, leaving you alone as the last defender of the realm to deal with this situation. Although you do hear several hundred feet above you through the blizzard a voice call out that says, Zanner, I was wrong about you. And you are hovering there down below, and what would you like to do, Zanner?
Zanner will take the Sorcerer's Shard. He will, in his fiery form, channel as much energy as he can into myself. Zanner casts the highest level fireball with the shard. Really put a full blast down. Level 7 plus the Sorcerer's Shard.
All right, you do not cast a fireball. You cast what is essentially a fire meteor down below. A massive amount of flame and sphere goes sailing down with gathering speed and faster and faster and faster and faster below. As you speed up and up and up and up, I assume,
Yep.
You start going like crazy. Yelena is 1,000 feet above you, just in the blizzard, looking down, suddenly sees red coming up at her. She then starts going up red, and then you see a big red explosion down below, and then a huge boom, and a big wave of blue icy magic comes flying way, way, way up, instantly hitting you, and she goes up and up and up, and you're racing out, and you're immediately hit by this tremendous amount of force that is going to do 1d10 100 points of damage to you.
Oh my god.
For a 1.
So what you're going to do, if you take more than twice your hit points, you are immediately killed. What's your maximum hit points?
130.
So 200. So a 3 or higher will obliterate Zanner. But we are going to give you a -1 for Yelena's assistance to catch you as you're falling, and that will provide some sort of assistance or impact hitting the water, that kind of bonus. And you will get a second huge -1 from the heroic kiss from Palik. So you are...
Learned you.
Through the soul.
So there is a huge explosion. In just a moment, you are going to make the roll of a lifetime. It will be a 1d10 -2, and you need a 2 or less for 200 or 100 points of damage as your overall goal. There's a huge explosion, huge eruption, massive snow gets blasted out in all directions. Yelena is hit. She is practically knocked unconscious. She starts to shake. Her fire starts to sputter. She looks down and sees no fire from Zanner, and then just sees a cold, darkened form of you, Zanner, falling through the snow. She races down super fast with her speed as you are falling and tumbling unconscious. She goes to grab onto you and catches you and looks at you and says, Zanner, Zanner, and sees what has happened to you caught in the blast.
Can hero points be used?
No hero points can be used on this.
What does the roll need to be?
He's going to roll a
4 or
d10.
less.
Yeah.
2 or less.
2 or less, and it's a -2 to the roll.
So
Okay,
4.
4 or less.
4 or less.
2.
Holy!
Oh my God!
And as Zanner is falling and falling and falling, Yelena is holding in her arms, and the ground is coming up and up and up. She's still just looking at you, tears in her eyes. Zanner, Zanner! And Zanner weakly looks up and says, what? And we will stop there for tonight.
Oh,
Wow.
my
Thank
God.
you so much, everyone. That was crazy.
Jesus.
Don't forget to check us out on our Discord server. Check everything out on ingloriousbards.com. Come join the conversation and talk about this episode for sure. And we have a ton to talk about in the after show, which you can join us on our Patreon. So thanks again, and we will see you next time.